when someone goes in for intestinal surgery or something to do with inside of the guts, eventually, over time and through very precise muscular contractions, they will kind of sort of wiggle themselves back into place where they need to be. And you will feel it.
I mean, yeah, that's how the body works.
Yeah, your guts will arrange themselves to make sure that they're comfortable.
So, interesting story about that. I used to have a really stiff dildo that was like a foot long, and my large intestine actually got rearranged because of it. It was straight. And then I stopped using it because I didn't have it anymore. And like 2 years later, it's like, oh, yeah, that went back where it was supposed to be.
At some point, it'll just kind of go gooey, gooey, glorp. Oh.
Oh, there's a nice hole right here where I fit perfectly. Wonder where that came from.
The body is really amazing. It's almost like it knew we were going to be shoving stuff where it shouldn't be.
It's almost like being able to stick something up your ass and then survive became a natural selection for some reason.
It was probably more like
larger animals out there.
What was that, Ivy?
It was probably more like other injuries and stuff, but that's just a side effect.
I like to think it's because humans have always been perverted fucks.
I like to think this is the origin of the phrase "stick up your ass."
No, that's Vlad Tepish. That's why.
I said I like. I know it's not.
No, my head canon is
basically the name of this particular page of this comic is called "Fuck the Stairs," and then there's like some subtext later on. So you already tried fucking the stairs.
Do not knobby thing at the bottom of the banister in your butt. It will get stuck.
Always check the bottom of the stairs before sliding down the rail.
Sack tap from y'all. Just
The bottom of the banister, make sure it doesn't have anything there.
A sack tap so strong you do a flip.
and somehow land on your feet. You just stand there. Oh. I mean, what do you do in that situation aside from just stand there for a minute before eventually flopping over?
okay.
What you giggling, dude?
Something my dumbass would do. Here you go. I'm sitting the shit posting, and now we start. Click the button. Voxel Pop, go!
Me?
Foxel Pop, click button.
Yeah, Skunko button or Skunko Pop.
Oh,
Foxel Pop.
I've been recording all of the horrendous racism and bigotry that we've been saying. Should I cut that out?
Oh no,
Nah,
that might be a good idea.
it's fine.
What do you have to hide? Hmm? Oh, don't worry, I'll cut it out.
I feel no man.
What's that thing? Cancel culture. It scares me.
Bro, I ain't never had. You gotta have a show to be canceled, dumbass. Think.
That thing shows a picture of any random woman. It scares me. Why? Because she can say anything she wants and people will believe her.
Tits are powerful.
Not as powerful as the almighty dildo. Alright.
Yeah, see, I have immunity. I make sex toys. Clearly I don't care. I'm already a scumbag.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can be bitten by a big old dong. Anyways. Okay, your childrens are relaxing. You get the day off. To do whatever.
Naibai was writing a literal book. How many hours are left on that?
Oh, let's see. What was the total? It said Dice decided it was going to be 9.5 hours. It's been 1 hour, 8.5 hours.
Alright, most of a workday. If,
Everybody else, what do you want?
I don't know, maybe check up on the bunny that, like, screamed and passed out.
Buddy, more important, clearly. Having been told multiple times, Mob got a.
But see, Mob regenerates.
Like, you kind of want to let the guy rest and stuff.
It's a good idea.
We
What
were
if his
also
IFF device is disabled?
we were also told to leave him alone so he could regenerate.
No, you were told to leave Bonnie alone because she's cranky.
I thought we were told to leave him alone too, because you don't want to wake him up when he's like this.
Might not be a good idea if you can wake him up. We don't know.
Well, we don't. Well, that's the thing is, if he does wake up and he gives you a hug because he's actually feeling someone, not. So,
Well-
what happens if his body decides to graft your body to his body?
Fionn would go to Mob's room and poke his head in to see if he was awake. And if he's not, then Fionn's gonna leave him alone and let him rest.
Is the sleep.
Is that
See,
how he
this-
snores? He just says sleep.
Nah, how he snores is it's actually kind of quiet,
Well, since
especially
he's
since he got
still,
his sinuses cleaned out.
is what?
Especially after he got his sinuses cleaned out.
Has he
Yeah.
just been talking with stuffed sinuses this whole time?
Nah, he still talks like that, but he doesn't snore that much or at least right now.
Okay.
Well-
Be even protective of her boyfriend.
Oh.
Well, go on. Do something.
Yeah, well, Fionn was gonna see if Bonnie is still cranky.
I think she'll be perpetually cranky, but you can take your chances.
Well, he's gonna go to her room and knock on her door to see if she even wants company right now.
What do you want?
It's Fionn. I'm just coming to check on you. See how you're doing.
I'm doing well.
Alright. May I come in?
No, I don't.
Alright.
Izzy, sorry.
Alright. If you need anything, just call. Fionn's gonna head back down to like the living room. No, he's gonna go check on Naibai.
I asked Naibai up the stairs. I'm gonna curl up because my AC's on and it's cold. All right, blankets, come here. Cover me up. I don't need any combat today, I don't think. All right. Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. Covered up. Okay.
So you go down to go up the stairs to check on Nightby.
No, Bonnie stays. Bonnie's room is on the bottom floor.
Okay.
They go back up the stairs, though, because Mob was up there. They go back up the stairs to check on the Naibai. Doing a Naibai.
I like to think that she writes like just ridiculously fast speech.
Just scribbling going on.
He's gonna
Chicken stretch, handwriting that only she can see.
It's like in her own native language too, so like it doesn't even look like English.
he's
It
gonna
looks like
knock
it
on
looks
her
like
door.
Russian.
It's mostly straight lines.
Oh, that's
Just, from that description alone,
all right. Joan is trying to get the attention of the scribbling bunny.
He
uh,
is lightly knocking on her door.
the door will open. Naibai is sitting across the room.
Oh,
Naibai?
Yes? Still scribbling.
Just coming by to check on you. How you doing?
Doing okay. Still feeling like I'm gonna throw up because I scarfed down really expensive herbs, but, other than that, I mean, the doctors are nice. The nurses are pleasant to be around. Can't really complain.
Hey, that's good. I'm just going around and checking on everybody that didn't come downstairs.
How's,
Mob is still unconscious, but he's just sleeping, not really unconscious.
I heard some screaming earlier. Is,
Well, that was probably Uncle Mons. He's not happy all this stuff transpired while he was away.
no, I imagine not. I've heard that there was a lot of deaths.
Aye, there were.
Have the bodies been interred properly? Just given a...
I'm not sure.
We'll
But
have to see
if-
to it that they're at least given their last rites.
Aye. Well, if you need anything, just holler, alright?
The next time you come by, could you bring a brush?
Oh, like a hairbrush?
Yes.
Get out his brush. Here, got mine here. You can use mine.
Get the knot out of my hair while I'm... I didn't have time to really pretty myself up this...
Oh, you don't need to do that. You're already pretty. He's gonna go and brush her hair.
Dexterity check.
The hair is actually alive, not actually part of my body, and it attempts to strangle you because it perceives your bad brushing as an attack.
shut up, you idiot! I love the idea.
Of what?
Yeah, just dexterity check to do the thing for them.
Alright, hold on. Dice. Let's see. 60 plus 72. 132.
Damn it! Damn it! I wanted you to fail. Fine, I'll allow it.
Alright, they also beat me, so yeah. You spend some quality time with Naibai brushing their hair.
Yeah.
Bonding.
Bonding in silence, yeah!
Yeah.
I have bonding in silence, except for fucking Ghost and Fort. No, go away.
Can Fiona hear Ghost and Force?
Yeah, yeah, Ghost here. No,
What?
It's just
you cannot hear him.
actively trying to bap from the chair to the ghost chair. It's not working.
No, he's smacking other ghosts. He has ghost chair. Once you figure out how to manifest things, that's all he needed.
Oh no, he's becoming more powerful.
Yeah, Naibai is kind of like this beacon to the spirit plane. It's like, oh, hey, I can go there and be in the real world where I want to be. No, don't.
Please do not.
Desist. Kindly. In that order.
How does one kindly?
See,
You
there's
poison some semi-sweet chocolate.
That's not kind. That's just a cruel joke. It's already bad. Why would you make it worse?
See, it's that level of confusion, like subtle confusion is just enough for them to just go bap. No, bad. Sit. Good boy.
So how long does it take Fionn to brush?
Well, you're gonna be there with them for about 3 hours.
Mm.
They did get thrown through a wall. Their hair is kind of a mess.
Yeah.
There's lots of plaster.
Dust plaster.
It's also kind of difficult working around the ears without touching them.
He's trying not to touch the ears because he knows he might get a ghost hand or a actual backhand.
I could see it now. Accidentally touches an ear, and like every ghost in the room slaps him one after the other, just in rapid succession.
They actually slap his spirit out for half a second. Oh! What?
And I don't know. Is there anything you want to talk to Naibai about while you're here?
Now would be the time. You know,
Yeah,
she could
it's
ask her anything, even if it's weird. Like, what's your vagina look like? I mean, it's up to you.
You could ask her what dying's like, or if there are actually gods, or if there's an afterlife.
Well, Fionn is gonna ask. No, ever since what happened the other day, I've been thinking about
Yesterday,
what. Huh?
yesterday,
It was
got your ass
another day.
beat so hard you forgot it was yesterday. Okay, continue.
You know, what happened last week? You mean yesterday?
Oh damn!
Fuck.
Continue.
Please. Oh no!
Oh no.
John!
Y'all.
John!
Y'all.
John!
Mow.
John!
Mow.
Ah,
Mow.
no.
Meow.
No! There he is.
Ah,
Meow.
mow.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, yes, now we can.
Did my question come through?
No.
No, it did not. There was well, and then silence and mowing.
Fionn's gonna say, "Well, after what happened, I've been wondering if
Yes.
there really is like something in if there really an afterlife. Are there really as many gods as they say with the all the different religions out there, or what is it? I just don't know."
Alright, so I'm gonna give an answer, and Les, if I start to deviate from actual world history, let me know.
Go for it.
Alright. Well, it really depends on what you believed in while you were alive. If you didn't believe in anything, you just kind of leave your body as the planet travels away from it at however many thousand miles an hour. And if you're lucky, you get to see it once a year. If you're exceptionally lucky, you actually maintain enough of a pull to the planet with all of your relationships that you're able to hold on and maybe even visit those people and potentially save their lives when they're in danger. I think those people are called guardian angels most of the time. You have to have a really strong emotional connection to them. since it's all
Mm.
very willpower based. If you do believe in something like reincarnation, and you truly believe that with all your heart, then you're nothing stopping your spirit from inhabiting the fetus of some animal or creature somewhere else in the world. Growing up like that, you won't be any
Then
more.
again, you're killing that soul, so
Yeah.
Mm.
But you do end up killing that soul in the process, so it's gotta be something you're willing to undertake. Um, Sometimes when you die, there's some other entity there. Most of the time, your mind is still in the process of dying, so you're able to throw together some abstract form for this being. A lot of people see a sort of humanoid skeleton or a robed figure guiding them towards a light, or maybe coming towards them with a large scythe or other reaping implement. Some cultures believe that immediately reincarnate to your next of kin. And as for the matter of the gods, well, if you believe that when you die you are a good person and deserve to go to those places, you may spend some time in a pleasant heavenly-like experience or a hellish one, for long as your mind has deemed that it's worth it for you to stay there to atone for what you've done. And then you just kind of start over, or you go away. It's all very willpower based, like I said before. If you don't have the will to keep going, nothing happens. If you give up willingly in your moments of death, that's it. That's the end of your story.
I see.
The gods are something of an extension of that. If you believe hard enough in something, there's enough people believing in that one concept, it becomes manifest in reality, and sometimes you can start to see things happening in relation to your beliefs of that entity. And eventually that starts to layer on evidence on itself like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And eventually birth a new form of life into the universe, but because most people believe you can't see the gods or even interact with them and you're just hoping that they're hearing you, a lot of times that's exactly what happens.
There is a very clearly defined pre-existent set of gods in this world. There are if you go to the beginning, you have the primordials, who were the first 8, and then you have the old gods, who became the 33, and then everything else kind of exploded from there.
And Naivi will explain that to them as well. A bit of a history lesson.
Ghost and Forth Recalli. It just got out of hand.
Yeah, after update 38, it kind of got out of hand. Everyone could make a god.
It's just easier this way. One person, one god, move on. No more.
Wait, one god for every one person? Oh no.
No, it's just one god for every race. That's it. You don't get any more. You try to get more, die.
This is
Too
why
much
the
crack.
Roman Empire fell. They kept accumulating gods, and they had to ban them, patch them out of existence. I believe having one god per person is called a stand.
Good thing I invented this rifle that can shoot across state lines.
Shoot across state lines. Just depends on how far away
Go
you are.
outside.
Could you
Just go
stand
to the
outside for the next
window.
2 hours real quick while the bullet travels across state lines? Thanks.
Just walk in front of your window.
Oh, what a
Technically, if you
beautiful
did,
day
like,
outside. Oh god.
on path.
Kiddo.
Coriolis.
Yeah, that.
Ah, yes, Ghost and Forth's comments about the church. Especially if you believe religion too hard, you wind up beating up a bunch of kids on a hill in the rain.
Kevin would sneeze in the other room.
Gesundheit.
Does that answer your questions effectively? Have any else thing about it that you could understand? Go into more detail, or we could
No.
talk about something.
He wants to see your boobs.
No.
I like how
No,
Ghost is not helping at all.
Well, I think I understand. Because, to be honest with you, Naibai, last night I was terrified. It's the first time I'd ever been actually scared like that.
Near-death experiences can be very traumatic. Only a select few are actually better off afterward. Get post-traumatic stress. Do you
Well,
ever have any
no.
issues with me?
Well, no, it's not that I almost died. It's that I couldn't do anything to help. I couldn't do anything to help my friends or Kevin and Noro or anyone back at the house.
Give me 1 second, I'm looking something up real quick.
Okay.
Now I know I saved it in my messages,
What?
but I think it might be a picture.
What's that?
I saved a thing I wanted to say in situations like this. Looking for it. Okay, here it is. That's an awful thing to have experienced and gone through. And I wish I could help you. There's one thing that I can do. Try. I will treat one to have a young pine tree covered in butterflies. 100 monarchs resting on their long flight have lit there. On these green needles, reach out. The tired creatures crawl into your arms, wings slowly closing. Breathe, you rest, covering you in magic. Spin in the sunlight, laughing. You're very small. Candles behind colored glass. Trade you one awful, inescapable for this one golden moment in time. Moment of honeycomb, autumn day, tapering this evening. Look, you have made the take your memory back in time. I do not need. Now I will hold it that for a while. Smaller. Okay. Butterfly. That's it.
Okay. No. Fion's gonna shake his head. No, I don't. I don't want to put any burden on anyone else. I don't want to do anything to hurt anyone any way, especially my friends.
It's not a burden for me. That's why I'm here. Help others feel better in their times of need. There are a great many things I have to carry, but I do it out of love and respect. It does not weigh heavily on me. That's why I can accept such burdens.
Well, Just talking to you has made me feel better.
And I'm glad. Sorry I wasn't able to help you all.
It's not your fault. You had your own struggles to go through. And besides, whatever happened to you, you were about to run out there and get shredded. Whatever took over you, or what's his name? Uh, uh, the ghost that you said travels with you.
Oh, this bitch.
Hassenforth?
Did he just say Hoss?
I
I'm confused.
don't think it's quite pronounced that way.
It's an omelette. Oh, that's hot.
What's his name?
Just imagine Fionn getting slapped by the ghost.
Oh no, Fiona hasn't noticed the floating textbook behind him.
I don't remember his name exactly.
Alright. You take 1 damage as a textbook hits you in the back of the head and then lands on the damned table right there on the page, the 614th page, talking about the monarchs of Ilvamar with the first emperor, Rosenforth.
Rosenforth. That's his name.
Wow. I knew it.
Well, Rosenforth, if you can hear me, which I probably can,
And
I want to say,
Oh, I can't. Shut up.
I want to say thank you for keeping Naibai safe.
Hmm.
So, what about you, Naibai? Anything you want to ask me or talk about? Anything you want to talk about?
what was it like growing up where you came from?
Well, not really a whole lot to talk about. I grew up in tavern with
Uh-huh.
Mars. What?
Oh, no, I burned myself. Sorry.
Oh, I just hear nom. Like, no, what?
No, I was saying no because, like, ow. No, Fiona had a pretty nice childhood. Grew up in a. It's grown. It started as a small 1-story tavern. Now it's 3 stories because. All you fuckers. I think the only ones who don't live there is Drake and his wife and Fuyu.
Well, of course Fuyu doesn't live there. He's too busy giving Eskimo villages pregnancy waves.
Right? Yeah. I think technically it was actually rare that you guys got sent off by him because Fuyu leaves for a couple of months to a year at a time to go to the northern lands and just enjoy the freezing cold and make it summer.
Mm-hmm.
Then he comes back to live with Ivy for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Masa up in the mountains above the tavern. Me and Masa.
Making the mountain bigger.
Monsters.
Pretty
It's
comfy
just
life.
this mountain that just keeps getting larger every year. It's like, what?
Just the one.
Just growing the mountain. It's her job as a Tengu.
To be fair, it's already massive, so you probably wouldn't even notice it growing.
Yeah, exactly. It's very subtle. It's a very slow process. But
Look at that one hiker. That's a new rock formation.
Hey, wait. That rock was 2 inches shorter the other day.
Random alchemist with the altimeter. Hey, wait a second.
This is 1/8 of an inch shorter. This was 1/8 of an inch higher. What's going on here?
It's like Masa just kind of bird legs a rock and smashes the thing out of the hand. Here we go.
It's not bigger. You're crazy.
I can see her
So-
like when she gets bored, she just makes like a dick formation out of rocks in the side of the mountain.
She doesn't really get bored. Like, she's happy just observing nature and exist, and
Yeah.
she's just constantly oozing magic into the world to
Yeah.
essentially just grow the mountain.
This is
That
Masa we're
mountain that
talking
she lives
about.
on, the mountain she lives on is probably one of the most magically active places in this entire world.
Mm.
And she
That's why it's
probably
so
kind of harnesses a little bit of that and guides it. So gives it a little bit of direction.
Hey.
Basically, it's like, what do you do? Oh, your mortal minds wouldn't comprehend. She makes the mountain bigger.
Oh, you poor thing. If I explained it, your brain would explode. She just makes mountains bigger. I do more than that. Sometimes.
I absolutely feel like Fuyu would be the one to explain that.
Yeah, it probably would be him.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay. I don't like these eggs. They do not taste good. I don't know what it is. It's not bad, but no.
It's just
No.
mediocre eggs.
Usually you
I
cook
don't know
the
what it
eggs
is.
first.
Oh, they're cooked. It's just I don't know what it is about these eggs. It's just not tasting right to me.
Do you get them from
Need
a
more
restaurant?
No, these are store bought. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay. Because I know sometimes restaurants will just buy, like, pre-made egg mix and just slop that into a frying pan. And that always
Sometimes
tastes
No.
weird.
It
A little
always
bit,
tastes like
yeah.
eggs, but it's always just a little off.
Some of them have put a lot of butter in them, which is weird. It's like they
Yeah.
don't need butter.
Especially with, like,
Not
non-stick pans and skillets and stuff. Like, you don't need to fill it with butter anymore. Stop it. Get some help.
It's like, "Mm, mm."
I do
I'll
I do not
cover
want a
it.
slab of lard with my eggs, thank you.
My eggs are encased in a
That reminds me
lard
of like the
jello.
Dylan video where he was making something and it's like lard, then an egg of lard. What are you feeding your chickens?
Into lard.
What is it with old people and lard? Or dead people and lard? A
Hey.
medium range. A medium range. That's just dead people talk for $3.50.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like him. He's hilarious.
Oh, me too. I fucking love him. Okay. Okay, that was.
Yeah, continuing on.
I mean, Fion's life was pretty full of love and camaraderie when people were there. Eventually, it just boiled down to the core cast, as it were, that was still left.
Mhm.
Grew up playing with Raji, Beatrice, occasionally Bonnie, Mob and Sin, Izumi, Chio, Bitsu, Shizuna.
Getting
And
into
if we use
all
kids outnumber you,
Oh,
They
gee.
do. It's got a bunch of them.
I wonder why.
I mean, he's working on making more actively right now.
I'm pretty sure Fion's got a baby sister on the way, or a baby brother.
Oh, no, they do
Well-
have a baby sister on the way. Okay. Let's see. It was a pretty nice, comfy, quiet life. Sometimes there were fights. A lot of the time there were fights.
Yeah, it happens.
People got laid out. People got laid out every now and then by a straight table or hammer.
Or
A
Alana
stray table
when they-
comes to the bar for patronage and drinks, and then when all of the patrons leave, the stray table leaves.
These table mimics are getting out of hand.
Totally.
That's the coin mimics,
ben-
actually. Anyways,
Totally benign
Oh, no.
furniture.
you want to know what would really get most people if it was a mimic?
What?
table, not a mimic bed. Not even not even the whole bed, the corner of your bed. Goodbye,
mattress.
ass. Plop. Anyways, continue. Fionn had a really. There was a lot of stuff that happened to Fionn. Let's see. Ah, yes, like the very first time that they found out as a group when they were all about 8 that Mob could regrow things.
Yeah.
You can almost entirely thank that to Faraji when he was. Shit, Faraji is the oldest. He was almost 30, I think, now. He's like 20.
Yeah,
He's
he might be
29.
over 30, actually.
No, let's see, because he was 3. He was 8. Wait, hold on, let me do the math here. No. Faraji is 3 years apart with Beatriz.
Okay, so then he's like 27, probably going on 28.
Yeah. So
Because I know
time.
that Yon had him, and then she went to that place, lived there like 8 years. She was 8, and Beatrice was. She was fairly young, but I
Beatrice
don't know.
was 5.
Yeah, she was 5 then. Okay, yeah, and she's about to turn 25.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Faraji was, at this time in the timeline, he was about 13.
Goodbye, Internet.
Mini Fuyu with feathers.
And the Internet is back.
Woo! But yeah. Continue telling them what it was like
Yeah,
to
I
be a
imagine
kitty cat.
Wow, he's a mix of Fuyu and Masa, so nice, quiet, reserved, but strong.
Very strong, underestimated in strength. I think Beatrice is the only one who's seen him naked, save for Mob. But she's the only one who knows how physically defined his body actually is. Like, just by nature.
But I think there might be more than just Beatrice. There's Chio also.
Oh, yeah. There's reason for that.
Yes, because they both bang Beatrice.
Which half of their sister are they? Back half. Shut the hell up. Which half is your half sister? Half that I'm not fucking? Question mark. That's a very sketch line. All right.
But yeah, Fionn would,
Think up some other stories on the spot. Go for it, bitch. I guarantee it happened.
well, I remember the time that Mob thought it would be funny to see if I was fireproof, and turns out I actually am fireproof.
Oh yeah, that is hard canon. Hey, I wonder what happens. Just Fionn minding his business, walks up with literally a fucking torch, and just holds it to his clothes while he's not looking. I think that was when they were 10.
Imagine Fionn would just be like, "Hey, would you look at that?"
But then
At first, he was panicky.
panicky, and then I realized that it didn't hurt, and I went to try and give Mob a hug, and he threatened to throw a bucket of snow on me. I still have no idea where he got the snow. And
I think
he
he
refuses to tell me.
Sand in the other room. Sorry.
So that's where.
So that's where that bastard got the snow.
He just sneezed in the other room and apologized for it. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That would have clicked, though. They're inseparable.
Yeah. It would have been like, wait a minute. Sad. Bless you.
You leave Sen alone, aren't he's busy cuddling Beatrice
Mm-hmm.
doing the hand holding thing.
Like,
This is some serious degeneracy.
It's just it's super degenerate. It's not just normal hand holding, it's interlaced fingers hand holding.
Oh my goodness.
Really? Right in front of Mons?
I mean, to be fair,
I imagine Mons
know.
thinks it's absolutely adorable and the sweetest
oh
thing.
my god, you have no idea how cute young love is to him.
I imagine just like giant kawaii eyes and sparkles all around him. And
It's the
holding
same
his hands
normal
up
face of
together
Mons,
and
it's
just like
You have to go.
silently squeeing.
Internal deep squee that sounds like a tractor tire squealing.
just instead of like squeeze.
Like a beached whale.
Mon's just standing up. Quick, Baron, we must go and raise their parents.
I like how
Mons
hand-holding
have
being
like-
a lecherous act started out as a meme, and now it's like actually something people think is lecherous.
Right?
It's like,
information
wait,
is amazing.
wh-
Holding hands, that's how you get pregnant.
when you
What?
when you invent so
The
many
fuck?
kinks and fetishes that hand-holding becomes the new ludist thing.
Somebody needs to put that on like F list.
Hand-holding.
It is.
I think
Who
it
wants to
is.
hold
It's
hands?
actually on Netflix.
Eerie, which one of you
Eerie,
degenerates
like
likes hand holding?
Hell, Lana found that out quickly.
I imagine Eerie is an expert in hand-holding.
Yes, Eerie
Yeah.
is. But she's not the greatest at thumb wrestling, or at least she can't beat Ricky at it. I'm superhuman. How are you good at this? Do you have a question for
I
me?
think Ricky
Oh,
could
yeah.
probably beat anybody at thumb wrestling.
Where did Ricky
Beat
grow up
anyone.
again? It wasn't Boston.
New Jersey wasn't.
No,
No,
he's from Boston and Jersey. He was born in Boston, lived in Jersey.
Okay. So that's why you can't beat him in thumb wrestling.
It reminds me of a character of mine from a long time ago.
I will fuck.
He was also from New Jersey.
He is the unstoppable king of thumb wrestling.
Imagine him beating Mons and Mons being like, "How did you do that?"
I imagine Mon's tactic is just to lay their thumb down. Because, like, how are you gonna get out of the way of that?
Ah, yes. My favorite way that Mon stops somebody from leaving is he goes and he just flops down and just like sits in the door. Another one he likes to do is he'll just lean on someone and slowly, because if they try and run, he might fall and hurt them, but they have to try and push his big ass back up so they get trapped, trying not to get crushed.
Constant damage counters pinging off of them.
He did it to Bonnie when she was younger. One, just get your fat ass off me.
I wonder if he's buried anyone in the dirt doing that.
Mons has crushed a lot of people to death.
Just, I think Bonnie would probably be one of the only ones durable enough in the immediate vicinity to take that, and she was probably just ended up like half sunk into the dirt, just.
What? Oh god, I just imagined Mon's fighting style over the animation for Donkey Kong. Just slaps the ground and the earth shakes enough to throw people in the air, headbutts you into the dirt.
Oh god, a headbutt from Mons would cause your ass to explode. Like not like the digestive.
All right,
bits,
hey, hey, hey,
the,
hey,
the cheeks.
Mons could definitely
You don't-
cargo throw you.
hey. You can do a lot of stuff. Joan is trying to regale us with stories he's thinking of.
Mhm. And I remember one time in Ma Alana, I don't know what the hell brought it on, but for like 2 weeks straight, she would just go around the tavern singing sea shanties. And
No.
I mean, I don't know why, but every once in a while, I'll get one in my head and I'll just kind of hum it out. But now I can actually sing, kinda, sorta.
Oh, do you like singing?
I do. It's besides being an adventure, it's something I've always wanted to learn how to do. And since we came here, I've been getting lessons from uh the butler. He's going. Fion's gonna look around the room.
You don't see anything yet.
Yet.
It-
My
His
first
his
teacher
name is.
was a fan. Taught me never forget
Oh,
the thing they said to me. Facing away, and I tried to by tugging on their shirt, and they said, "Unhand me, you egg-sucking, lily-livered, jive-talking wackadoo, foul villain and cur! I bite my thumb at thee, you ugly motherfucker! So hassle bye-bye, daddy-o!" And then he walked away. I was
That-
very confused.
I'm confused as well, and I wasn't even there. That was a lot of words in one sentence.
He was very good at stringing together insults.
I don't doubt it. And you said you were. I don't want to pry too deep, but you said you were a field nurse, field doctor.
That is my... Hold on. 1 second.
I was going to say Bunny prepares a cacophonous E.
I'm a medicine man, practitioner of natural healing arts and spiritual way. I was a field
Oh.
nurse for some time. Some of my information that I knew was very instrumental to a couple of the battles that I was in. For instance, at one point we had run out of splints, able to make together some from the... You know, when a tree gets blown up, there's lots of spare wood around, and most of it's straight.
I could see you could make splints out of that and some other like bracing utensils.
Another thing is the sap of the cypress trees was useful for various glue mixtures and in the... Things were getting rather desperate.
Hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, I guess.
One of the things that I had learned that isn't really magic, mental thing, allows you to travel for nurses end up teaching to a lot mental state called the gravity well. It turns out if you shift your weight of your hips forward, it makes running easy, but it feels like you're about to fall over. So, a way a lot of the nurses explained it. Imagine the drill sergeant just tied your belt to the back of their jeep, and most of them got it after that.
Aye. That actually sounds very useful. I'll have to.
Is that right,
remember
Privates? Ah, yes. Now they would have been. You're each tied up to a different wildebeest, and one of them is in a rut. Don't run slower, you will find out which. Ha! Oh shit! That was something they did. Though needless to say, they all passed. Because the 20-foot.
Yeah.
That's what they had to do. They had to run the course and make it up over the 10-foot safety wall.
With a whole 20-foot of rope.
Yep.
And a
Horny
one
wildebeest.
horny wildebeest.
Yes, as they are running, he's already at the halfway point. You know, that's a whole lot of beast dick. Keep running. Keep dragging ass. I'll watch. They don't have all the fucking. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't just like. No, it's make them ready for war. Can do.
Or will be infinitely worse, as hard as that may be.
So,
So,
I do have one more question, Nabai.
Of course.
How do you keep your hair so soft and fluffy?
Ghost jizz.
Um, well, it's not ectoplasm, but I do have some coconut oil bag, and there's that bear oil that we got from this town, the town.
Oh yeah.
We haven't really had many chances to take showers, but when there's one, I make sure to clean my hair thoroughly.
There's an opportunity to shower here if you want.
Yes, she has.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a good 3 hours of talking. Good. I'm glad they're learning. They're bonding.
Yes.
So you said that you were learning how to sing. Can you sing me something?
Well, I don't know all that many songs, but sure.
All right. We're not gonna force Fiona to sing, but we'll let that
Thank
happen.
you.
Aw.
Meanwhile,
but then I could sing.
no,
No,
meanwhile,
please, no.
If you sing,
We're
you
gonna-
gotta turn off the voice mod.
We're gonna transition.
It's already halfway off. What more do you want?
All the way off.
Oh,
Noro.
No. No.
Okay.
No.
no, but no.
Did I say you could speak to me? I like how Noro is sharing a seat meant for one person with Heaven.
They're cuddle buddies.
I would imagine they're both too terrible sort of to do much else than just kind of sit there, just.
This is our get along chair.
Oh yeah, no, you're both still sore. Let's see. You're both healing from. Let's see. Kevin had. Let me bring up my sheet. 6 littoral tears. A labral tear in his back. A temporarily fractured femur. 3rd-degree burns over 48% of his body. A mild concussion that was thankfully treated. And a deviated septum that was corrected.
Ooh.
Sore noodle noises.
Noro had 3rd-degree burns over 71% of his body. He had 1 entirely broken femur. a fractured tibia, right tibia, technically, 3 broken ribs, and 1 minor injury in his it's the L6 vertebrae,
I can't believe he has a fractured labia.
tibia.
Oh, okay, not not a Middle Eastern state. Got it.
Dumbass.
I heard
Yeah, that
that
was-
incorrectly.
Why are we talking about it?
It's okay.
Kevin is also applying the healing hug because not else he can much do at this point.
Noro just. I'm scared about going home, Kevin.
That's okay. I'm sure if I go with you, I'm sure I'm going to be taking my
I'm
fair
gonna-
share of the anger.
I'm gonna die. It's gonna I'm gonna die.
No,
It's gonna happen. Someone's gonna kill me.
I
It's
don't.
gonna
think
kill
so.
me. Gonna kill me balls first. It's gonna happen.
Balls first.
Gonna freeze him balls first, and he's gonna have a bad time.
Well,
The new meaning to the word blue ball.
it's like I'm sure she'll forgive you eventually.
Yeah. Hey, do you think my body would be safely preserved in ice long enough for that to happen? And then just send over there. Are you open to discussion?
Well, given the angry ice mage that he's going to be, or that we are probably going to be going home to soon, it might be good to game plan, to have a game plan.
If it's any consolation, you'll die as soon as it reaches your brain, assuming they start head first. If they do start balls first, you'll feel them rupture, because once it gets cold enough, all of the moisture in your body will start to crystallize, and the ice will grow out in a very painful hexagonal shape, usually, but could be a very interesting sort of spiky ball. Needless to say, it'll destroy all your blood vessels and major organs in frozen pain.
Kevin just kind of looks at her. So, ever thought about going freelance?
He'll look down. Gonna have to face the judgment, boys, and he'll pat his groin.
Prepare a warm cloth for you.
Just maybe I mutate them smaller.
You could go intern.
No, I did that once and I forgot about it and panicked.
Fair.
They had to try to do that when it's cold.
You could try to be something so aggressively hot that the cold wouldn't affect you.
I don't think you understand why they call her the Ice Empress.
No, up until recently, I haven't had much reason to have interaction with her. So,
Somehow I feel like that was an insult at me being a whore, which I'm not.
it was not. If that's how you want to assume that I mean, by all means, I'll stop trying to fix you up.
I need someone to blame. Where's Fiona?
The Church of Omnius. Blame them. They're assholes.
I always blame the church. Starting to sense a pattern here.
You could blame your sense of morals and justice, loyalty. It's not something that can exactly be attacked, I don't think.
Damn, not growing up with a strong father figure.
All right.
I just like the quiet just from the couch over there. Sin, Beatrice, Shizuna's asleep. That's right. Who is here? Oh, okay. I got everybody. No, it's just you guys. Everybody else is in the room because they hurt.
There's not a lot of them here.
Did Shizuna get her ass handed to her too with that wave?
Yep.
So
She had tried to
Beatrice
stay
just
back
got
in
lucky
Jupiter
with
for
all
healing
her
tree.
armor, I guess.
Well, I mean, kind of the fact that it's just fervor hurts, so the burn ended up knocking her out.
Ah. And Beatrice didn't get knocked out by the burn because she took a health potion.
She smirked.
She's like, this hurt. Better take a potion. Which is why she was only a couple thousand off of full health when the battle ended.
Hannah always, literally always forgets to buy health potions.
She'll probably end up buying more.
Is there anything you want to ask Sin? He's sitting right there.
Well,
Me?
she is
Sort of
just
what it is.
basically being clingy and quiet. So I think at one point she would have asked if he thought that they would be able to regrow his wing.
I don't know. If they can, they can. If they don't, I'll just stay on the ground.
You know, Ivy might be able. He was a really good healer.
I don't know, though. I worry if she tries to heal me, how she might respond.
Certainly is a different situation.
Well, not having a wing isn't the end of me. I mean, I have you, so I'll be fine.
And I'm much better than a wing.
Definitely can't fly with you. Wait. Robust. In good ways.
You're just gonna give him cheeky grins and such.
Hey, no sex over there. I'm sitting in this comfy chair.
Eh,
She's gonna
I'd
stick
say
her
they earned it at this
tongue
point.
out of it, out of him, and will send his hand. She's very cheeky.
Oh, Mom can wake up.
I have been rather worried about him.
Raji went to go in there a little while ago. Hasn't come back since. He's more worried about him than he likes to admit.
Yeah, we should probably go check on him.
I don't know if it'd do anything. He hasn't been conscious in 16 hours now.
And you need to get your own rest too. You got pretty well beat up there.
Eh,
True.
it's been a minute since the last time this happened. But the least we can do is make sure his body's ready for when his mind comes back.
His body seems to be fine. Don't really have any scars that I see. It's
I
just
think
that
he just needs to continue to rest.
Well,
Probably the best thing for him.
I'd like to be out here as soon as possible, so maybe we can try and find a way to leave tomorrow morning safely.
Is the hippogriff still up and about?
The
Be
Pelagigriff,
amazed if- Yeah, thank you.
it
yeah.
flew off when the fighting started, I'm assuming. No one's been able to find it. And they certainly didn't kill it because it'd be quite a messy corpse, aside from the fact that the grove was destroyed and Many of the workers are dead, and some of the townsfolk are even dead. Priestess was busy all morning when I woke up. I had to argue with her not to try and give Mob his last rites. I was trying to be polite. Faraji threatened to cut her.
Uh, well, I'm sure that the griff will find its way home. We gotta figure out a quicker way back. Hopefully, the the less conspicuous, the better. I'd like to avoid another run-in with them if we could.
Does anyone know how they disappeared, though? I didn't see them walk. I haven't heard where they went.
They used stone.
A waystone. To my
Yeah,
knowledge,
probably what's left of it.
those are usually only found in dungeons if they're one you can carry around. So they are definitely, obviously, skilled. Uh-oh. Excuse me, I must go redress this.
Kevin would kind of nod.
And that was Sen.
Mm-hmm. He's going to go redress his wound.
Well, Beatrice will help him.
Kevin would kind of huff. The parents are gonna kill me. You should
I don't
just go
think
on the road.
Masa would blame him. I think she would blame the people that attacked.
Hmm.
Because it's not exactly Kevin's fault that these people decided that they were going to start uh,
Shelling.
attacking the house and everything.
Oh yeah. Well, he's more worried about the fact that he should have been taking care of them. It was his job to protect them. Didn't exactly work out the right.
Yeah, it's a little hard to protect him from somebody twice his level.
That is true. Logic does apply, but still concerned noodle
It's
nudges.
just, I mean, I'm impressed that fucking, I knew it was gonna be close, but Noro and Kevin almost took her down twice. Even had her emergency backup relic. Yeah, sure. I didn't have the trigger. He just had no idea that it'd be 4 times susceptible to her attacks.
There's some shit going on there.
Yes. Guys, you've got Sin and Beatrice alone in a bathroom. What are they doing? They're currently addressing the fact that they're addressing his missing wing, which needs to be
Hmm.
cleaned up and bandaged again. Poor pretty. Shit, I forgot where are the colors. Ivy, what was Moss's wing colors?
Masa had dark, almost black feathers with like green iridescence.
Yes. His feathers look like black ice. Yeah. Alright. That part of my brain had to get that out, I'm sorry. So, come here often? Oh, just when somebody loses a wing.
She's gonna snicker a little bit. Well, it is pretty nice for getting a cozy shower.
I wish it could be under more ideal circumstances, yes, but I suppose beggars can't be choosers.
Is
Just
he
so
gonna loot her up?
wrong. Huh?
I said, is he gonna loot her up?
Shit, he might.
She's first and foremost concerned about getting his wing all dressed.
He does want to clean off, though. There's a little bit of blood on his back. Because Dice have decided that he's not done bleeding. All
That's
those
just-
No. Be very
back
careful. Too.
arteries and all that. Would it be a lewd or would it be like a romantic lewd? A rude, if you would.
I think it would be fairly romantic.
Where's our bonding score? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will have a long conversation and tell them all the things. Let's see. What's the important thing that's on Sin's mind? Oh, damn, that's a lot. Okay, which one of these do I want? Dice. Eh. I don't even throw them because I click a button on a phone app, but I like to make an noise so I can visualize me throwing it.
You imagined throwing them, and then they appear as if they were thrown.
Exactly.
He just, eh.
Okay.
Can't you just shake your phone for D and Dice?
No, it's not as good. Shush.
You're right, you might actually throw your phone.
Yeah, no, me, I fucking would just throw a fucking wall.
Clatter, clatter, clunk. No!
Let's see. So far, Sin's conversation is it's very concerned. Or, excuse me, I'm very concerned.
What are you concerned about?
Let's see. The major thing is the implications of whatever they were trying to acquire. And what they could do with it with malevolency in mind. I'm concerned about if we'll all fully recover. Concerned about if Bonnie's okay, truly. I'm concerned about if Kevin and Nora will be fine. Even though nobody asked Nora to appear out of thin air, it just happened because I suppose a good friend is always there. I'm concerned about how so many people, so many now possible widows and orphans will get by in the world after this. If Mons will be able to recover financially from his very expensive grove and garden being shelled, his home being partially destroyed. I'm concerned if I'll ever get my wing back. I loved my wing. I loved flying. It was one of the most amazing things to me. I'm terrified about Mob never waking up because some asshole in fancy armor decided to cut his head in two. And I'm scared that one day I might not be strong enough to stop any friend of mine from dying. So I suppose that's what's concerning me. And it's mostly just been compiling like a big garbage bag of stress.
Yes, that is certainly a lot of stuff to worry about, and I do share quite a quite a lot of those concerns. I have been considering maybe we can get the wing healed a little bit at a time.
It'd have to be someone empathetic or at least unbothered by the fact that they will have to experience that entire encounter whilst healing it and suffer that pain temporarily all the same.
And she's going to nod thoughtfully. I was Well, I was saddened by the fact that I wasn't really able to do more to help out. Also, pardon my distraction. The cat is being an idiot, and it's hilarious. She's wandering around the house with a toy in her mouth. Meow, meow. Yes, she's rather distracting.
It's cute. Damn it, Fiona, stop being distracting. Anyways, excuse me, Fiona.
Hey, Fiona is singing the night high.
Good.
What
I
he's
can
singing, I
show
don't
you
know.
the world.
I can just imagine him telling her all about the first time he discovered that Beatrice becomes a gremlin.
There's that one time I took her candy, and she was mad.
Thought I was going to lose one of my ears.
He'd be like, "Oh God, she bites."
Oh,
Just
yay,
yum.
Sin! And you make me happy. I love you, you precious cinnamon roll. Precious cinnamon roll.
I would like to roll to slap the planet.
All right. Aw, Sin's confession about his greatest fear. I like it. I will blue ball you all.
This bitch.
Oh, my bad. Am I supposed to give you emotional attachment to the character? Fine.
Yes, Beatrice would confirm that she was also afraid of not being able to protect her friends, not being strong enough to defeat enemies.
Sin. Oh, double hold handing. Lewd.
Oh my gosh, it's like DP.
She's definitely going to get pregnant now. Just because of the hand holding.
But which hand is she gonna get pregnant from?
Who knows?
Somewhere Erie's grinning ear to ear. She can sense it.
Somewhere Erie's doing something important.
Something important cuts to Erie having a margarita on the beach.
It's important.
I mean, really, all they did whilst that fight was going on is they just stayed inside. Well, she stayed inside enjoying wine, and Ricky was on the porch. Yeah, come on. Who else wants to get man caught? Help me, jeez. I can't breathe. For the love. Yeah, you fucking puny throats. That's what you get for not eating all your protein. You vegetarian pious bastards. I'm gonna eat milk and apples. Milk and apples don't make your skin thick. It makes you soft. Soft like a turkey leg. Whilst angrily shaking somebody whose throat is being crushed by his man catcher. That's basically what Ricky was doing. He was keeping them from disturbing his wife's wine time.
Mm-hmm.
I've shot him with 5 arrows. You gotta have to shoot me with 5 more if you want to try to hurt me, Buttercup.
Ah, bitch.
That's
I imagine
cute.
they
I
just
almost
really throw people after him, and he just swatted them down like flies.
That's cute. I almost used 1% of my power.
Oh no, Ricky's nickname is actually Shaggy.
Oh, you know he's shagging something.
He's fighting them shirtless in the storm. Now, Ricky's man catcher is quite brutal. Instead of having like just the spikes, it's more like he has curved, very sharp, basically like large metal shark teeth on the inside.
Ooh.
Oh, serration.
Oh, It's one of those you grab them and you just kind of jerk it back and forth a couple of times.
There were man catchers like that, where the point coming off of the shaft was like extra long.
Yeah, that's what it'll do. It'll close.
Knowing Ricky, I imagine he would figure out a insinkerator mode for it, where he just flips a switch and it starts spinning the blades around.
It's a brand name, by the way. Be careful with the copyrights. Just so that you'd like to know.
Well, what else am I supposed to call it?
Garbage
Cuisinart?
disposal.
But
In
that's
sink garbage disposal. That is a general description.
but that's the trash can.
In sink garbage disposal.
Yes, the trash can.
No, the trash can is not in the sink. It's under the sink. Or next to the sink.
Your trash can isn't in the sink?
Why is your trash can in the sink? What weird parallel universe is fucking Florida?
Look, people like to stuff weird things down their sink. We have to take precautions against that. Like, entire chicken
weird things
carcasses,
down your
bones
sink.
and all.
That honestly wouldn't surprise me.
I see a ring. Don't see, but I don't hear a word.
Oh, sorry. It's
What?
having problems.
Get the
Yeah, it's going up and down like a piece of shit. That's because too many people are currently on the Wi-Fi, so I'm gonna take my phone off because it shouldn't have been on in the first place. Okay, okay. Yes, but Ricky was using just one of his many variants of man catcher / weapon, standing shirtless in the rain, fighting everyone off, and he was doing a good job. Yeah, it's just got done with it. You can leave now, you cowards, but those limbs you lost, you leave them here. They're fucking mine.
He's like, I got a use in mind for them already.
This, and then when they're like, I don't take him seriously. Well, you better take me seriously, boy, before I rip you in half like a fucking virgin. I preferred him with the accent. I don't know. I feel like Ricky does become more dangerous when he loses the accent.
Of course he
Yeah.
would. I imagine Ricky as like a Danny DeVito kind of looking character.
Nah.
You don't have to roll.
Nah. Nah. Ricky is a 6'1", very tan, half Italian, a quarter Italian, and then a quarter Sicilian and 2/4 Irish. He has red hair, but very light red hair, like rust red kind of hair.
What dice do you use for character height again?
Imperial.
No, dice.
Oh, I usually use like 2 D100s and then conversion to centimeters, or 2 D100s and sometimes 3 D100s.
Okay.
What I use.
Because I just use like 2 D6s.
You could use a D12.
These sixes are better.
Do like 3d4s even. And that way you wouldn't end up with like a 2-foot person.
Well,
Yeah.
I could just use 3 D2s if
True.
I really wanted to make sure that they're tall.
Anyway,
Anywho.
so yeah, Zen and Beatrice are discussing their fears and concern and doing lots of handhold.
Hold on, I'm doing something. I don't know what it is, man. It's going up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. All right. So what Sin was gonna say for the emotional investment, and the reason he grabbed two hands, this is one of those moments where he's gonna force Beatrice to look him in those very pretty, hereditary, ice blue eyes of his.
And she will look into his eyes.
I think my greatest fear. He just has like this inclination to look around because he just knows.
Like,
just-
how
you
much
just-
listening are they?
I think my greatest fear is one day being incapable of. No, that's not really the word. I suppose it's. My greatest fear is the fear of losing you. There.
Oh no!
And it's your fault.
And then she'll come in and hug him gently, making sure she doesn't hurt him.
Just avoid the pretty wing. Thank you. Happy. He's happy to share a hug under the shower.
Yes. So she's basically showing that she understands his fear. She also tells him that she has the same fear, losing him. She's very close to him.
Fucking. It's like one of those moments where I still think there would be like erection because that motherfucking thing can't tell the difference between like a serious moment or just go time.
That is the curse of having a dogger.
It really is.
If they're in the shower, then definitely.
I mean, I'm sure that the soap rat can support her. We'll find out. I'll roll for that. Murnaz walking by the shower when he hears the beginning, just and then he'll just reach in his sleeve, producing a very long silk scarf and tie it around the doorknob and continue walking.
Is clearly best butler.
Oh yeah, it works because about 10 minutes into there, apparently, Sen's taking a sweet time. Romp, just one of the maids goes to open it, sees the scarf, and oh, okay, and then keeps going.
Mhm. Oh no! If Mirnez is walking around, he's probably gonna hear Fionn singing. If he does anything wrong, just a smack. What did I teach you?
He's been walking around,
Mm-hmm.
patiently waiting. Oh, he's gonna go bully Kevin. Yay.
No, leave the tenderized noodle alone.
It's not hard bullying, it's just gently petting him on his head.
Just
I'm going to ask, are you doing well, or could I get you some tea, you three? Perhaps you would like narcotics.
I could go for some tea personally. Getting been a long time since I've gotten the ever living crap kicked out of me like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go for the tea. Continuously shifting Noro noises. He's currently trying to work his way into Kevin's lap because he wants to sit on his lap and crush him.
Pretty sure Kevin's bigger.
To remember what he is.
what he's capable of, yes.
There are these things called hippos that Glycol talked to him about.
Why though?
Everyone else like, oh, they're cute. Glycol. Okay, so there are these fucking terrifying things that exist in the water in some sort of world. They are like literally just angry, pissed off water horses.
And poop
That's not
rocket.
bad. No, they shit everywhere and they just fucking eat. They eat people. Ooh, they eat babies. Vipera eat babies. True.
These things eat Vipera.
The hippos have a mouth bigger than the baby.
And true.
Tusks. See, Ivy could have elaborated on the creatures of her world too.
Shadow could have
He
too, but
still have
he's
the-
nowhere around.
Oh my god, I get it. Shadow's not here right now.
I know.
Get over it.
He's only
Everybody
been
else
in
is fine.
3 campaigns. I think we get it.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna straight up just gonna ban you from the saying that word. Every time you do, I'm gonna kill Fionn. Just because. I'm gonna smite your ass. With a I'm gonna smite you with a 9-volt battery.
Tip of the dick.
He's gonna give you a nose ring, and then he's gonna stick the 9-volt battery to it.
Yeah. Or nipple rings. Oh god, that'd be horrible. Just imagine like those nipple rings that are stuck together with a chain, and somebody's like, "Look at my nipple rings," and the other person's like, "Cool," sticks battery to it. Ah!
Why are you like this?
Does that hurt? Yes. Let's try again. Ah!
It's not
For
hurting
science. It's car battery. Let's try this.
Yeah.
Kevin
Well, they call them drinking
Noroyandra.
habits.
Kevin Noroyandra enjoying some tea. Eventually, these two will be done singing, but the bunny will still have to do some writing. After 2.5 hours, apparently, Sin will finish up.
It was a very romantic rhyme. And careful. Everybody was careful.
Very careful. Faraji still by the bedside with Mob. Threatening to stab him if he doesn't wake up. He's been doing that for about an hour.
If you don't wake up in the next 5 seconds, I'm gonna stab you. Hour later, come on!
Stop calling my bluff, please. Wake up. Alright, pretty much today will just be people sitting on their ass. By tomorrow morning, the house is semi-repaired. Good. The rains have finally stopped, so it's
Easier.
meadowy. Yes. Yes. A few funeral pyres are off into the distance of the town.
How many spirits are left?
Only about 300 or 400.
Wasn't that however many were left yesterday?
Similar number.
Well, that's how many are left on this plane. The other ones weren't like gone; they were just scattered off to away from
Oh,
Naibai.
okay.
Around Naibai, there's only about half a dozen. Rosenforth, aka Gosenforth, has kind of really made himself known.
Okay, that's a lot better than it sounded like it was.
When he's not talking to someone and he's simply battling, he looks like a floating Gmod angry face.
Kind of. I mean, just
I think he's a little more regal than that. He at least has a neck.
He was the first emperor. Responsible for pretty much the functional society most of you either grew up in or grew up learning about. Because pretty much all of Ilvamar, aka that's a whole lore thing when they're trying to separate themselves. Pretty much most of their society currently is he thought up for the first decade or so of his reign, roughly. Came up with a lot of their centralized currency systems, which is a flexible centralized currency based off of coins that change with market value. That way, nobody has infinite hoarding power over the others. Thought up a lot of things of anti-discrimination against those that aren't human. Thought up a lot of laws that limit the power of theological institutions, but also things that incentivize economic growth and the exploration of things that are often considered forbidden sciences by the church, like magical sciences and magitech. And you also open up a lot of universities. A couple of if we're using imperial, 100 miles. Then again, a lot of Britain actually still uses miles to measure great distances just because that's more than a kilometer in measurement.
Yeah.
But he opened up several hundred miles of agricultural expansion. Basically, yeah, like lifetime achievements, he will happily tell you about them in the form of, I kind of did this and that. But if you read the books, there are entire sections of most libraries dedicated to the first emperor and what he actually did for them. I mean, hell, he even revolutionized warfare by coming up with functional strategies to use in mass with non-magical or your average Joe.
You mean it's not just two lines of soldiers bashing their faces against each other?
Oh God, no! Like Ilmar and Amanthea, when they went to war, it was like watching two massive organized version. It's basically like watching Rome versus Rome when it comes to heavily organized tactics, but they weren't scared of things like elephants or other creatures. No, it's like, oh, they brought a siege weapon. Well, consolidate forces and eliminate threat. Weak flank, reconsolidate. Oh, they're attacking this flank to try and push through. Enwrap.
By the way, who was the fucking idiot that thought that standing out in an open field in front of each other, very close, I might add, was a good idea for fighting?
It's back in the day when shields were still around and you could actually defend more than one person with it. Standing in a line makes sure that the person to your left, typically, is actually protected, and the person to your right is protecting you. So the right flank was actually usually weakest, so that's where they would put their strongest fighters. And subsequently the left flank was where they put the weakest ones, because they'd have the most protection. Lining them up in a line like that gave them the best chance to attack and defend.
Okay, for melee combat, that makes sense.
For guns,
Why?
it doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
To be fair,
They basically
no,
carry on the same tactics forward from the melee fighting into guns, and then they've like eventually realized, oh, this doesn't work.
now
look
there
at
is
it
a
on
common
paper, it wouldn't
misconception. No. There's a very big misconception people have. There was a time where there was an overlap when it came to technology, where armor was made that was resilient enough to firearms that it could be used to safely protect you from multiple shots from a musket or flintlock.
Yeah, that was a thing
But-
that existed.
But
Yeah,
just
definitely.
like
It was
today, we have vests that can
matchbox
protect against
gear.
certain things.
I mean, shit,
It
the
was essentially the
Juggernaut is
matchbox
still
gear,
a
whatever the
unit.
fuck that was called.
I mean, well, we're not even talking about like matchlock. We're talking about percussion cap technologies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Even
I
there
know,
were
I'm just
armors
saying
that could
was
stop
around the
those.
time they were doing that too. I'm aware of the
It
overlap,
just
and it was
it
kind of entertaining.
got out of hand. I mean, that's what it is. When you find a new technology, it will eventually just keep getting better. Like that's why we have so much freaking warfare technology. We make all these new offenses, then build 1,000 defenses against, and have to make another 1,000 new offenses. It's just ruthless. It's a vicious cycle. And they do that here, but they have magic and shit here. So they quite literally have shields against range in the form of seldom few mages who know magnetic magic. It is a very aggressive and very difficult form of lightning magic to learn.
The enemy uses a magic EMP, and all the magic users are like, well, fuck.
Man,
The
that's
problem,
what-
however, with a magical EMP, you also EMP all of your mages.
Yeah.
The only one who doesn't have a lot
P happened and Yon just went.
Yeah, Eon just, whoop, I guess I'm a fox now.
Meanwhile, Gloria, oh yeah, I'm eating that tonight.
No, stay that big. I want to crawl inside tonight.
Oh, she's not that big. Actually, fun fact, that's the only way that she can take Gloria's length, because she decided that she was going to keep growing.
Oh.
Because,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
crawl inside you like a tauntaun.
Or something now.
fucking Gloria's huge.
Yeah, she's
She's
enormous.
She's like 9'10". She's a Struzilter. She's War Chief. That's her class.
He's probably one of the few that's in the current party that's bigger than Kevin. Naruto doesn't count with his ability to poof into larger things.
Wait, who do you mean? No, Gloria. No. Gloria is not here.
No, well, yeah, so she's of the people, or of the people in the current group, she's bigger than Kevin by a margin.
Let's see. People that are physically taller than Kevin. Yeah, you definitely got Gloria.
Masa.
Masa. Fuyu looks like he's 6 feet, but if Fuyu actually stands upright, he's over 7 feet tall. Let's see.
True form.
Joanna?
Tall.
Oh god, if you're talking like Fuyu when he's not bipedal, Fuyu is beyond enormous. He could be very easily classified as a dungeon boss.
He's an aggro Suname.
Mob is actually Mob will get bigger than Kevin soon. Because Drake alone is 7 feet tall. Mob is 6'6", and he's only in his 20s.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got an upper ceiling. I was referring to currently.
Yeah, currently though. Oh my back. And then you got like Suyoi. Hi.
God, Suyo. When they all come back, just beat to absolute dog shit. Assuming Suyo's there.
Oh, I see. Where are you going, Suyoi? To kill.
Yeah.
Just he walks directly into the main temple of Church of Omni and just starts killing people.
To go to the Church of Omnius, God, that would be very dangerous. Like that, I mean, he's had to go there several times as a veiled threat, as part of a detail. Because they value their anti-magic capabilities. Suyoi doesn't use magic, though. He is 100% a physical and natural essence-based fighter. So if they try to fight him, it could be quite... in an honest fight, had it was Suyoi versus Crucia, she would have lost just because she's really good at fighting, but she's not really good at fighting someone whose whole fighting style is being a unrelenting fucking storm of fist.
They take the 100 palm technique, crank it up to 11.
Suyu has his 8 arms. But yeah, alright. So this day is done.
He's a sweeter.
Well, no, it's because of his method of what he was taught by his adoptive mother / teacher. You'll meet her. Actually, I'm gonna tell you right now, you'll actually meet her soon, because I cannot hide that fucking character, and she is now, because you've interacted. This has happened with the party. She is now locked into her current area.
Oh no, we changed it NPC.
Nah, it's fine. Okay. So the next day, everybody will have eventually be brought for the breakfast. And the wall's somewhat repaired. And well, it's almost entirely, but it's just like you can still see like this is just the filling, and they're just doing what they can. And Mons is sitting there in that enormous fucking chair made for himself. And then you got Bonnie sitting up there on his left, and his wife to his right. And he's just happily watching everyone enjoy breakfast.
I can imagine
Kind of.
Zen and Beatrice doing sappy things like feeding each other and cuddling.
Kind of breakfast did
yes.
everyone get?
39 hours in, and let's see. Hold on, let me see. 16. Excuse me. 49 hours in, and Mob still hasn't woken up.
Mm.
And his skull's split. It's going to take a minute to stitch those neurons back together.
So, children, I'd like to tell you I'm taking you home today.
What about Mob?
No, Mob's coming. Don't worry. I did take our only carriage, which conveniently is basically a cargo carriage, because it's the only that I could fit in. So he'll be coming, so don't worry.
What about all of the devastated families? Lost love?
I'm already dealing with that. Our lovely regional ogress and agricultural baroness, as she was. She's helping me coordinate relief funds what we can from local lords, and I've already sent off a missive in the middle of the night to the High King of Nemanthia to inform him of an unknown terrorist attack upon his land, and there's at least one thing you can say about him. He does not like it when someone tries to shit in his backyard. Never. Never do that. That's a very bad idea.
Well, when I was getting slapped around, Kevin would kind of say, putting his hand up because he's not going to stand anytime soon. There was lots of talks of heretics and unclean beasts and things of the like. I'm getting some definite religion vibes out of this. Don't like figures, but it feels an awful lot like Church of Omnia is sticking their nose in things they have no business sticking their nose in.
To be fair, the Church of Omnius has predated most of the organizations in the entire realm. Naturally, they always stick their noses where they damn well please, because you can't tell the clergyman no, or he'll threaten you with damnation. I mean, you can, and if they threaten you with damnation, you just put them in a chest and stick them on the back of your carriage and take them with you on a trip for about 3 weeks until they sober up.
Wouldn't we all be damned anyways, never having attended the church?
I know, it's almost like entrapment.
Well, say what you like about their sideways religious dealings. They got some pretty stout magic users, at least one of that I'm aware of directly. Kind of itches at one of the bandages covering one of the burns, one of the many burns.
Don't pick that. Stop it. Stop
I'm
picking.
not gonna, it itches.
Stop.
Do you know how long it's been since I've been burned?
And then you got Noro just slowly putting his salad fork back on the table. So, Ceiling, how are you? Go. Anyways. Alright then. Oh, young love, look at them. Hold hands more. Yay.
silver lining. Romance is in the air. Or maybe that's pheromones.
Near-death experiences have a way of getting people going, I guess. Though I will say, very kind of them not to just outright exterminate us like rats. They very well could have.
No, they definitely could have. But if there's one thing that most churches are, as someone who used to attend temple service against my will, was being judged by old men with balls so wrinkly they probably ejaculate fine dust. Churches, priests, archons, whatever you call them, they all enjoy one thing. Preaching to the masses in every form, even if the masses want them to shut their fucking mouths.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's also a little more difficult to get
That sounds
information
like-
out of a dead man.
Not if you know necromancer. Which I do.
you could have your. Oh, you should have your own standing army. You know, maybe standing
No.
off to the side because that'd be gross. But
Are we looking at the same person? They don't need an army.
I'm just saying.
I
distraction.
am an army.
Well, when it's one. Maybe it'd be a good idea to have a distraction so that you could smash their faces in easier.
Listen, Kevin. You could get an army and fight that way. But I don't need nor want an army. It's very easy for me to kill. And it's easy to distract them. I find men are very distracted when you dismember their friends in front of them. I would know I've done it.
Fair point.
Flashback to that exact thing as we were fleeing the last campaign.
Yes, just. They were very, very crunchy despite not looking like bugs.
Ah, they were crunchy.
I would have liked to have known what those were. They were an interesting looking thing.
They were a weird creation that world made. That was enslaved the moment they found the Acropolis.
Well,
My mom's
I
stuff
suppose
too.
now it's a necropolis.
Now it's a crater Acropolis, technically.
How much magically infused TNT got set off?
Enough.
Yeah. Enough to teach Japan its lesson 20,000 times.
I was gonna say Liz probably wasn't very happy about that.
Like,
Assuming
you,
she was the one to come through.
No, they were not. Outer gods are never happy when somebody destroys a very big, very obscenely, grotesquely designed, like beautiful in architecture, but like in a grotesque display of wasted resources of them.
They are nothing but if not vain.
like, you remember when, I created that, hex without defining what level it was at, so it just cast it at max level, because that's the default? It was more than that.
Bloop.
Are you back?
Heck, somebody make foxo noises.
Mine was more accurate because it was just a scream. Oh, hold on. Okay, now we just wait 3 in the morning to do that again.
Like, what's it called?
Because foxes are mostly nocturnal.
They're fluffy.
Yeah.
The fluffy they yell at each other and dial up.
All right, so. Ah, yes.
Anyways, eat breakfast. Now,
No,
I want to leave soon.
Naibai enjoying a nice breakfast, 4:30.
Yes, Marianne. Oh, right. Hmm. Wait, what was I supposed to do?
So yes, Beatrice definitely enjoying her meal, being
Oh,
very
right.
happy and adorable.
Right. For those of you that wanted to know what it's how it works.
And that's what he'll say when he just reaches, like, you can see him reach into his pocket, but it's obviously just like one of those things that you do habitually to retrieve something from your inventory. And he'll pull out a very large crystal. It's about 6 inches long and 3 inches across. It has what looks like 5 cuts to it, so 5 flat sides. And it's a sort of almost what's the shape I'm trying to think? It's kind of like a weird isosceles triangle kind of shape. And I'll just set that there on the table.
There you go.
Beatrice is going to look at it and then look at Zen.
I don't know what it is, dear.
And so then she'll look up at Mons and just kind of ears up in the air, just kind of awaiting an explanation.
Is it a dice?
No, it's not a dice. Cute ears, Beatrice. Cute ears. Well, anyways, no, it's not a dice. It's an answer.
What's the
Oh, is this how
question?
they teleported?
No, this is completely unrelated to the assholes I'm going to kill. We did find out that was a waystone. Very unique waystone that comes from a very particular region.
Hmm.
Anyways, no. This is an answer. Answer it at your leisure. I'm going to go prepare things. We will be leaving in 4.5 hours.
All right.
Mons will stand up and Marianne will just kind of climb up him. She'll do the uppies thing, and then he'll pick her up and she'll climb and just rest on his shoulders.
Knowing now, it's like after they leave, it's like knowing now what she's capable of and knowing before what he is capable of. Good God! Talk about power couple.
Yes, it's quite terrifying, really. Only imagine what Bonnie will naturally have. Wait, what about me? Right.
Just instant silence.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to really worry about those things. Those are something that we don't have to worry about too much. Just natural skills, I suppose. What is this crystal?
They said
Part of
that
me
we
wants to
could
touch it.
answer it at our own leisure. So, and Naibai is going to lean over and face it. 42.
It does nothing.
Fish.
Still nothing.
West Vermont.
Silver
Still
Mount.
nothing. People forget that Vermont is a state.
Illimar.
Nope.
Bonnie.
Also no.
I give up.
Kevin reaches over and kind of pokes at it.
Yes, you
My
poke at it,
judgment.
and it rocks a little, and then it just returns. Because, hey, look, you just discovered gravity.
You discovered conservation of momentum. Congratulations.
Folks had it from an angle this time, hoping to discover angular momentum.
You do, in fact, discover four momentum somehow.
Naibai picks it up and bounces it on one of the points and spins it. Maybe this?
Yes, you balance it on a point, and then Noro kind of sneezes and kicks the table and makes it fall over. Sorry. More pepper.
So Beatrice is going to settle it back down on its normal position. It's just like, what exactly are we supposed to do with this?
Well, he said, for those of you that want to know, and then he sat the crystal down. That's mildly ominous, given that it's Mons and there's a lot of things I want to know about Mons. I hope it's not some sort of weapon.
Oh, is he
Is it
referring to
death?
something that we asked or accidentally brought up? Or no? I feel like this is a recording crystal. Unless you're down for some
I don't know
quote
what
unquote
it
home
is.
movies, I
It
don't
could
think we
be
should.
anything.
Is
I
it
assume there's divination magic involved.
giving off any sort of energy, spiritual or otherwise?
You got Faraji sitting there eating his breakfast. And no, it's not. Right? It's giving off magical energy, but not spiritual. Faraji is eating his breakfast right at the time that Sin hears divination magic, and then, oh, divination magic, yes. What? 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 Well, why look at me? What did I do? I didn't do anything. Whatever it is, I didn't do it.
Kevin's going to continue just munching on his food, having his suspicions to himself.
It's just a rock, guys. Come on, don't be.
Magic makes mundane things not mundane.
No, it doesn't. It just makes the mundane things that happen to be magic.
No, don't twist my words.
Not twisting your words, just rearranging them.
That's called twisting.
No, it's not. That's just proper grammatical arrangement of a sentence in which to structure against someone.
Could you arrange it alphabetically?
You can arrange it whatever way you want, as long as you don't try to rearrange supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I hate that that's a real word.
Is that a cipher for?
No, it's just a funny word, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So technically, it's if it's reversed, it's let me see. What is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious reversed?
A really shitty song.
That depends. Are you using all the letters or?
Let's see. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious backwards is suicidal. What is it? It's hold on. It's suicidal la p zec it sil lig ar til lac repus.
Oh, I know that demon. They're really
That's not a
I was about to say.
Try it.
No, they actually tend to the fields in my village.
Yeah. Tell me why ain't nothing but. Damn it, Glycal!
Is Michael just broadcasting that to people so he doesn't have to hear it anymore?
Well, Glycal sometimes, like, Faraji will see Glycal in his dreams, and he doesn't mention it because it's nothing to panic about. Glycal explained that literally, don't panic, it's nothing to worry about, kid. I'm just talking to you. You get really weird and 2 days ago. They're doing it tonight. Well, he started doing it that night and then the other night because the premonition that he had really sent out some strong divination waves, and Glycol is extremely insensitive, or is very sensitive to that. So he's kind of explaining stuff. And he may or may not sing some songs to get them stuck in Faraji's head intentionally whilst Faraji's trying to focus on his dreams.
Yes, parallel mind processing, so he can annoy you while explaining things.
Yep. I like how the dice have decided, okay, things are really ramping up. By the way, now Faraji's learning how to use his divination magic thanks to his own Charles Xavier, except he's not bald and crippled, and also is handsome. And has a orc wife who keeps wanting him to marry another person who he's getting into fights with constantly.
Is there anything else you want to add on top of that? Did they get a dog?
No, they don't have a dog. What they do have, however, is a peregrine blood reef.
But that's not a
It's
second wife.
No, a peregrine blood reef is a type of carnivorous, large predatory bird
Hmm.
that certain orc tribes use for hunting and war. It has a wingspan of about 11 feet.
Yes, but that's not a second wife.
Exactly.
Why-
Yes, no, he's very aware that it's not a second wife, therefore it's not good enough, but he wanted a bird.
Why did you get me
Because
a bird for my birthday? I wanted a second wife. No, I'm not getting married. I'm going to be
I'm
loyal.
happy!
Someone's walking by. I'm perfectly happy.
I'm happy in this relationship, you bitch! I love you! Nah! It's literally just points where she just basically is grabbing him by the collar, screaming, "Second wife, now!" as he's leaning back as far as humanly possible. Ah! That's because the dice decided that they liked that joke, and that's their only argument they have as a couple. That's it.
So, what kind of ice cream do you want to get from the shop? Oh, maybe some strawberry with a side of second wife? No!
Stop! She will do that shit. She will try and slip it in there. She's trying to get him to agree. And she's been trying to get the really long, confusing ones. And so she can try and get the, yeah, wait, no!
Now, what was that about?
Michael constantly having arguments with his wife to marry a second wife.
Okay, just gotta read this contract of terms and agreements. Yep, all my personal data will be available. Get a second wife. Damn it!
I almost signed it too.
You didn't expect me to read the whole thing,
my
did
God.
you?
In the modern age, he would be the kind of person to read the whole agreement.
So, what's this part about giving you my eternal soul?
Shit.
So that I can forcefully give me.
Fuck! Give me my soul back. No, wait, you can't have it. That's it. I'm gonna start my own second wife with blackjack hookers. Then maybe you'll marry one. Alright.
So, okay, so they want Glycol to marry a second wife, but what's stopping the wife from getting a girlfriend?
Well, because it doesn't really matter if they get a girlfriend, because he will just actively ignore. She did technically try that once, and he actively ignored them so bad they felt just emotionally distraught. Like,
Aww.
his wife and their lover could be in the same room, and even if it's a consensual thing, he's like, "Yeah, I don't care." But even if he's aware and he agrees, so yeah, sure, get you like some side booty. It's okay. But he'll be like, "Hey, honey," and he won't even acknowledge them, even if he knows their name.
Third wheel syndrome to the max.
It's like he will do that because he knows he doesn't have to say anything about them because he can just do nothing and it will just drive them away because that awkward sensation will eventually get too much for like 99% of people that they just can't. Even if there is no hostility whatsoever. Just entirely killing them with kindness. That's the kind of person he is. A fucking evil asshole.
I like
Be
how
wearing matching shirts.
I like how we just randomly met this NPC in the middle of a catastrophe.
I know, right?
So, what's this character's main defining trait? Dice roll. He's really good at running.
I love that, by the way. He's just fucking quick. I love that so much. Like, it's like, and we're gonna run. All right, Glycol's gone. He was there, now he's not.
So, Glyco got a result of 200. What?
I see.
I
Try to
see.
cheat.
Adrenaline
He was
rush is a hell of a
figuring
drug.
certain things out. He did a good thonk. That big brain.
You're a clever boy.
Yes.
He's a clever boy that got pushed over the edge. See, everyone's like, "Ooh, Erie's evil." Meanwhile, Erie, I'm just gonna help him be a man. It's fine. Magics. We must breed. Now he's got a fucking bracelet he has to wear all the time.
Oh, did that get fixed?
Oh yeah, he got it fixed a while ago. He figured out how to fix it.
Okay,
He fixed it well before he met his wife. Let's just leave it at that.
it. I was kind of worried that the bracelet would just stay broken because of the anti-magic. And then, like, anytime Glycol runs into Mikhail, it's like, yo! Oh no, it's me!
That's
Kyle.
my response when someone points at me and does that from now. Just, oh god, it is me.
No, please, I have a wife and family again.
He does, happily, somewhere in another country.
Casually living with a death yokai, yep.
I mean, shit, that's nothing. I mean, fucking damn. Shadow's married to the death-oriented thing. Fuck, shit, Mob's mom is basically a super zombie.
It'll be right back.
Will you? No, okay.
I don't know, he's just gonna go puke at that thought.
Corpse fucker. Anyways,
Hey!
you
Hey,
are.
you chicken fucker? What?
You have the crystal, and we're gonna go ahead and just say that I guess Sin will take it because he's responsible enough to not do something stupid with it. And we'll
Yeah.
progress the day till everyone gets their shit ready. 4.5 hours later.
I don't know what you're talking about. Naibai takes like 2 minutes to get their stuff together, and that's just walking upstairs, opening the door, and closing
Yeah,
it
but
again.
how do you know that Ghost and Fort doesn't want to try and do weird spirit stuff with their brain and body?
I mean, they can talk, but Naibai is like not sexually interested in them at all.
No, but they want to like do some really weird stuff. Not even sexual stuff, just really weird experiments to see, would it be possible if I punched you here to make you kick yourself?
I mean, I guess we could do that while we're in the carriage.
So that's pretty much all he's been trying to figure out is like, what if he does this to Naibai? How would her body react in the physical plane? And is there some sort of way for him to work her like a meat puppet?
I am hilariously amused at the thought of Naibai using her ghost hand to just basically tease Beatrice, and Beatrice just sitting there all fluffed up and comical.
Well, you know, she has 3 of those now. Ghost and Fourth there to help.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I mean, hey, don't put yourself out there because he ain't done nothing for several hundred years. He's liable to grope the shit at you.
I can just kind of see it though as like Naibai is secretly rubbing Beatrice's ears.
She could be doing that. I mean, it's her arm's cut off like at the shoulder. You can't really tell what she's doing.
I mean, at least Sin's got the courtesy to publicly rub her ears.
Now imagine if they were both doing it and she's just like melted against him. I don't know how you're doing that.
Just
Like a mischief.
when Naibai hears you talking shit and she just sticks her ghost finger up your nose.
Mob sitting in the back. Oh, well, technically lying in the back. He's back there with all your belongings that you didn't want to carry with you. Mostly he's back there with a lot of Mons' belongings.
So do we keep the kimonos we were given, or?
Yes, you can keep your clothes. That's not the... Taking your clothing away isn't important.
Oh.
People almost died. So it's pretty much going to be smooth sailing from here on out to get back, because not any fucking monster for the entire week and a half you are going to be traveling is going to want to fuck with Mons.
Pretty much. He's kind of a deterrent all in himself.
And he brought Marianne with him so she'd be safe, and Bonnie's with obviously with the party. Klaus is drooling and he's there. And then you have Murnaz, who just stayed at home, and they told Murnaz that he is allowed to destroy as much of the house as he needs to keep it safe. It's good. Plus, he's taken Valugra's sword, so now it's Murnaz with Humulgringer. And yes, in case Kevin wanted to know, that they threw that giant obnoxious gun back there.
Yay, recycling.
Almost entirely because Paraji had the idea that, I bet you the gunsmith would probably want to buy this.
Yes.
So I think
So
Naiba
let's
is
see.
gonna finally eat the super carrot sweet.
Not good. You were all sent off, by the way. Murnaz had them prepared. They are very interesting. It's a magical treat. I say it's magical. It doesn't do anything magic on its own. They are vanilla ice cream cake patties that are preserved with a little tiny magical wrapper, so they stay nice and cold. You help him collect the milk next time if you waste one. You have no idea the struggle that Murnaz goes through to collect you the milk for these things. At least in this case, you force him to assert his dominion on stuff. Which he doesn't like to do because he feels like an ass.
He's kind-hearted.
Well, I mean, shit, he's been a butler for Mons for 15 fucking years. I mean, hell, Bonnie didn't show it, but there was a lot of background happily hugging him because Murnaz is essentially her uncle.
Oh.
That's
Also didn't
Family for most of her life.
and then Orjano's pretty much been her, I guess you could say, maid slash pet for most of her adult life. Yes. Little did you know that at home, Bonnie has a live-in sex slave. It's a casual
Well then.
except Sin, apparently. That 3 days into the travel, Sin just has to ask, Bonnie, yes? Who was that fairy? Arasano? Contextually, I know. Name, I know. Context of their servitude. Oh, you mean what do they do for a living? That's quite simple. Whatever I want. Ah, I see.
Hmm.
Whatever. Yes. Whatever. Ah, well. Replete with lecherousness, I see.
Can't hardly blame the girl. Wanting someone so pretty to be with.
It's mostly the matter of the subservience of having her always around, willing to open her mouth. Damn, Bonnie, you're kind of crazy. Trashy. What?
As they're talking about all this lechery, Naiva is just going to lick the succubus candy they have just once.
Perfect time for that to cut out. Damn.
What is she gonna lick now? Because it cut out.
They still have the succubus candy because they're like, spacing it out.
Oh yeah, you're above B cups at this point.
Didn't she start off with something bigger than that?
It's still a side effect. It will help you get the buddy you want, but succubi are known for their boobs, and the candy cannot be denied.
Mm-hmm.
But what if the body she wants is smaller boobs?
Then you'll have to get them reduced.
That's too bad.
You'll have to get Brooks candy.
I'll have to get some reducto cream.
There are legitimate alchemists who can do that. I have a lot of magical medicine ways, and there are just straight up surgeons who are practicing using magic and science to alter one's body how they want for an exorbitant fee of about 2,000 or 3,000 gold a session.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
You're
vanity
asking
is
them to alter your
expensive.
body.
Vanity is also one of the high dollar things.
Yep.
They're like, well, I could either magic your boobs smaller, or we've got this vacuum over here.
All right. 1.5 weeks later, man, for everyone it's like, yay, we're almost home. But for Nora and Kevin,
Who are still
they get
are still
further.
damaged.
They're damaged, but they're healthy enough to get slapped several times. They're getting closer and closer and closer, and the impending sense of doom is growing in the back of their minds as they can see it. They can see that beautiful guild hall closing in.
Whoever
has
should die.
Mob woke up yet?
Nope.
This is gonna worry Fionn.
Gonna take true love's kiss.
Fionn's not kissing Mob.
They would make a cute couple.
Shit.
No. If he did kiss him and he woke up, Mob would probably crush his throat. Yes.
Yeah, this is why
Just
Fionn is not doing that.
those lips are only meant for Tharamia. Okay. Choking the kitty. That sounds like a weird ass sex thing.
Choke.
I'm going to strangle the pussycat. Alright, no.
Hey.
What? Ah, yes. Hearing it 17 times. Anyways. Ooh. You can see her standing out there waiting with the guildmaster. The guildmaster smiling and waving. Good old Oliver. And then Silerin smiling. Too much. Eyes closed, smiling.
Scary smile.
And then just Noro. Kevin, hold my hand.
Kid kind of just pulls him over. Oh god. We who are about to die
Scared.
and such. Maybe if we're fast enough, we can usher ourselves into the infirmary for a little patching up and protection from the medical staff.
Just
Yeah, I don't think that-
slowly coming to a halt right there in the little reserve spot of the stables off to the side. And then Mons, you can hear the enormity just... Once he gets out, he raised about 3 feet off the ground.
Oh god, back.
Well, Kevin, I don't think running is a very good option because
I mean, the
you
suspension.
only get hurt tired.
I couldn't run if I wanted to.
Look at the head on those shoulders. And I thought he'd be as much of a ditz as his pretty mom.
Who said that?
Noro.
Well, you got to remember, I got a little bit of my other ma in me too.
Which was the dad?
Janaya.
Cheating.
Lion penis. Oh, I've played with Leona Strong before. I have a mutation for that. Why are you looking at me, Sin? I just love that the dice have decided that Sin is the judgmental starer. He gets that from his dad. Does that not just scream "foo you"? Just somebody says anything remotely sketchy and just judgmental staring. That's just...
He
Yeah,
might
feel
get
like-
a little bit of that from his mom too, actually.
sounds about right.
Probably. I just love it though. I know Fuyu's the kind that'll just stare at somebody so much. Like he'll stare so judgmentally while being silent for so long that they'll confess 100 different things they've done wrong before he finally says what it is. And it's never, ever what they where Lois was staring at Reese and he confessed to like 8 fucked up things he had done. And she's like, I like your shirt. He's like, oh, cool, thanks. And he goes back to doing his homework. And it doesn't set in yet. Like everything he said got progressively worse. Yeah, that's basically what Fuyu does to people.
Is that an ability? I feel like that's an ability. It's like first level penitent stare.
I mean, Fuyu's developed it into an ability. No, by the way, when you lifted 3 feet, I mean the suspension lifted up about 3 feet.
Exactly. That's why I said, "Ow, my back."
Yeah, I mean it's sturdy, but he's still got weight.
G-forces.
He can just hear, Oliver, Mons, come with me. Let's talk.
And Beatrice
Oh, no.
is going to get out of the carriage and help Sen down, and then she's going to turn and she's going to give an adorable bow to Slytherin.
Yes. Faraji will just put the implant the gesture. Say night bye, Bonnie. Everybody else except Noro and Kevin. Let's all go take a bath or something in the bathhouse, or maybe get some grub.
Pretty
Yeah.
much anywhere that doesn't take us through the front door.
So Beatrice is going to look up at Slytherin and say, please be gentle with them.
Traitor.
Naiba is going to step out of the carriage and hold their arms up and stretch and pop every joint in their back. I was gonna say neck, but that would
is-
be weird.
That is almost entirely because Ghost and Forth just
He
He does that to help her stretch.
Ah, yeah.
Or just use them ghost fingies to poke directly at the vertebrae and snap everyone. I'm a ghost. I don't want sex. I just want to get freaky with your body with magic and spirit stuff. I think people underestimate. He's not really a. He's a horn dog in the form of what ghosts want. He just wants to do weird spirit stuff to you, which isn't sex related. You might feel violated, but don't worry.
Ghost and Forth, probably the only thing that's actually able to do skull fucking without it killing a person.
All right. Kevin, it's you and Noro, and then just a smiling elven woman.
Still sitting in the carriage, dreading not able to move.
It's just silence, but you do get the finger curl.
How is Bonnie's leg, by the way?
It's healed. Thankfully.
That's
Most of your wounds are pretty much all healed because a lot of the treatments and wraps they gave you were with medicated equipments and bandages and stuff, so they were promoted healing.
okay. That's good.
That's just because when the villagers found out at least some of you were trying to do something, a lot of people, including the town herbalists and alchemists, got together and tried to find as many natural healing herbs as they could to make powerful, safe to use medicative treatment for you.
Yes,
Even
I
though a lot of
imagine
people,
very thankful for people that tried to defend him, even if it ended up as kind of a shit show.
well, they understand that some of there was stuff that they understand that there's a point where when you face certain enemies, you can't do anything.
Pretty much.
It's also because Ricky told them that he was solely acting on your orders when they found a pile of dead people outside of his home.
Wait.
Listen, they didn't interrupt his wife's wine time. That's what matters.
Yeah.
It's a scary person, casually killing a bunch of people just because they could. It's like this is her time. I'll kill you.
Yeah, you don't want them interrupting her wine time.
Nope.
It's gonna be bad for everybody.
I will put
She
you.
would just ruin the church for them.
He's trying to be a very good visitor and not interfere in global politics.
Which apparently has
It's
not.
he's like trying not to get addicted to the obscene control over entire dominions. It's one hell of an addiction to have.
Yeah.
World domination.
So what are you coming to the AA meeting about? Well, I'm addicted to world domination.
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
You
you're
gotta face the
that
music.
evil princess.
You do have to face the music, Kevin, just like Noro. It's getting steadily colder on every side of the carriage back here that isn't the door. Oh, and it's worth noting that both Klaus and Mob were taken inside by the large group of others, including Yandra, who was able to slip out without any trouble. That's not true. Yandra thought she was, and then she got frozen in place too via the foot.
And then just imagine, shit.
If we're gonna die, let's die on our feet.
As nice sculptures.
Ah, yes. The three of you are being kidnapped by Silerin, and you're going into the guild. Maybe the last time you hear it. Hi.
Basically,
Then you go upstairs, but you don't go to the head administrator's office. No, you go a little further. You go all the way to her personal chambers, which is technically connected to it. You go into it, and then you connect to it through an adjacent door. And once you're all three in there in her nice little, like, studio apartment size ass fucking room, not bad. It's nice and roomy. Whoa! Fix your mic. Thank you. Okay. So you just get sat on the couch, and then 2 separate love seats. Though she makes sure to put Nora the absolute closest to her as she sits down adjacent and just it looks like she's prearranged this setup in the sitting area.
Oh, goody. Premeditated. I knew it would end this way.
Are you okay?
I would kind of look around, see if anyone was going to fess up first. Been better, but still breathing.
In fact. Okay. Do you need treated still? Duty time off? Medical pay? Food? Are you okay? You sure?
I think I just need time to read. I haven't had that sound of a thrashing in a long time.
We can give you 2 weeks off. We'll assign your party to a temporary tutor.
Now, I would like to help with whatever the hell is happening.
You'll just stay.
Well, that being said, I think they got what they were looking
Tomorrow you'll all be gathered. But today's to rest. Go to your room, Captain. Yandra.
for. Try not to reprimand him too hard. Definitely saved my ass. He would
Yandra leaves first.
Kevin goes to stand and turn towards the door. And proceeds to step through.
Yes. Please close it on your way out.
He would do so.
I know. Question. Are you curious to how much of an ass chewing he's getting out? Because you have to be kind of sneaky, but you could technically listen.
And the repercussions, I'm assuming, are is blocked to the face.
Oh, you don't know. I'm not going to tell you.
Maybe unconsciousness is a good thing.
Can make a game out of it.
I think we already did that.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Does Kevin want to eavesdrop?
Nah, he thought better of it, decided not to.
Okay, good. But you can hear just a distant, the fuck were you thinking? But not an angry one.
Just incredulous.
Not even incredulous. It's almost like a wounded kind of sound.
Oh,
You're not there. I can't give you that scene, even if it would emotionally invest you further into the characters. So theoretically, I could just for the
That
hell
she
of it.
loves him and cares about him and does not want him dead.
Oh, poor guy. Poor Noro. Ah, thought I heard something. Didn't hear anything.
Probably my noisy ass chair.
Good. The council is not going to try and force me to tell them anything. Yay.
The council.
Oh, that's what I'm calling the dice here.
That is
I don't know.
actually
I
a
didn't
good
figure out
training for them.
Right? I do kind of want. They even have a whole thing written here. It's really sweet and heartbreaking. Too bad nobody hears it.
The dice said, "Oh, you have something
Right?
prepared."
I love it.
I mean, I'm kind of sad reading this again. Hmm.
Poor Norwood, poor Cyprian. She was worried sick, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
A cute comment. Yes. Sorry. I was doing some more dice rolls. The world is not on fire. Well, temporarily. Not on fire.
Well, I mean, except for that one part over there. I think they call it Cali something.
Yeah.
Cauliflower.
I like cauliflower. Anyways. Yes, all the little childrens is getting themselves reoriented to their guild.
Getting used to the hustle and the bustle and the
Sam going
lack of
to
class.
take a trip to the infirmary to get looked at.
Yes, and has gone to get looked at.
Well, Beatrice is going to go with him. She's a good girlfriend.
It does not take long though for fucking Suyui to bust into the infirmary.
Where? Who hurt you?
I'm okay. Worst person. So I get hit by the door. Holy shit.
Oh no, an improvised weapon.
They're okay-ish. Because I'm in an infirmary.
Swings up and slaps him in the face, then down they go.
It slapped them in the shoulder and may or may not have dislocated it, but they're fine. Yeah.
They're in the infirmary already. They'll get that fixed up nice and easy.
No,
She didn't know you were injured, but he
it-
found out his friends were hurt.
in typical slapstick fashion, it dislocates their shoulder, and then when they fall down, it pops it back in place.
Oh
What
God!
happened here instead?
Bonk.
But only.
Nobody's allowed to be injured in the infirmary. It doesn't allow it.
Hey,
It's a place of healing. Oh God! What if the infirmary is just a mimic that just likes to heal people for the gratification?
shit, you never know.
You never know, man.
Anyways. So you'll just sit by the bedside whilst one of the doctors is looking at Sin's wounds.
And Beatrice is going to take the opportunity to explain what happened.
I'm sorry. This is my fault somehow.
He's going to reach over and pat one of his hands. Our main concern is now they have both that book and the ritual dagger.
Don't worry.
I also have the book.
Oh, hi, bye.
Hello. There's not a whole lot to really look around at. Everything's the same.
Well, that's not true. People are back. You just have to find them.
It is nice to have the familiar scenery.
Mm-hmm. It's
Not
nice.
that
Oh,
Bonnie's home is unfamiliar.
I just started hearing. Poor Bonnie. Poor moms. All those poor people. Innocent people.
Still very concerned about Mop.
I heard too. He's probably already in here somewhere.
Yeah, he's right over there.
No, look, yes, I see you over there.
He actually is about 8 beds down and 2 or 3 rows across. In a room. You can very clearly tell it's his room because it's got his fucking name over it. Because they have little plaques where they temporarily put your name.
Yeah, that checks out.
I'll be right back.
So, we don't know. I knew I should have asked to go with you, or sent Timler with you, or something. I just should have known that evil people would have done something when they had an opportunity. I hate those people who prey on innocent and weak people.
Well, it was just an escort quest. There was
Still, just I'm sorry.
I'll make sure we take on a more dangerous quest next time, so we'll have a little more protection with us.
Yeah. That way I have an excuse to come.
I'm sure having
Yeah, I
another
could-
victory under the belt will make me feel a little better about this.
Yeah. Those are always good.
So what's been going on around here since we've been gone? But new people had come back, right?
Old people have come back. Yes. They got done with their objectives. Vesuvius came back a little bit ago, I think. Rigel's been back for a month or so. Who else came back? Hmm. I can't really think right now. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Has there been anything interesting going on in town? Any sort of like holidays or celebrations?
There's a few of them. Yes. Um. hmm, What's the one important? We have celebration of the cycle changes coming soon, and some of the moons. So there's that.
Oh, really? That's going to be an interesting event.
Yes, very much so. I
Keep an eye out
believe
for sort of trying to take advantage of.
very good point. Especially since it's Zakonka's, or Zakonke? I think is how they say it. It's the Matron of War's cycle, changing from See, yes, because while you were gone, it had just changed from Tegraman to Crodia, and now it's Zakong. The 70th to the 84th cycles.
Putting up my document. Look at.
It's also the first time I think that Zakong has interceded with the 13 month of Avastia.
That important?
The last time that they ran side by side, as it were, a great war was declared historically. Thousands of years ago, it was the Civil War that broke Ilvermore apart and founded the guild. Not really the guild, but founded the Duke Emperor. Or the new family. Made it better, I suppose. Breaking a bone to reset it. Anyways, I'll leave you be. When you're feeling better, you can come down and maybe you can meet my mother. She's here. She's here for some reason. I think Oliver asked for her, and so she's doing things.
I left family now.
Okay, well, I can take you to them.
It would be nice to meet her.
It's just her, though. I don't have any other family.
Is Sen otherwise occupied at the moment?
He's currently sitting there getting checked out, so yeah. Do go on, I'll be here.
I'll return soon.
You are not going anywhere until I heal you. Even if I have to pin you to the bed with stakes to heal that too. Are you allowed to threaten me? Don't care. Ah, yes. Suyu will take the smalls to meet his mother.
Yeah.
He big. I have his mother, by the way, here as an image.
Yes, I saw that once.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna send it that way you can collect it if you want. I don't know. You guys like shiny pictures.
Where are you sending it?
I don't know. Where am I sending it? Maybe nowhere.
The DM's being a dink.
Maybe I'm sending it to multiple servers across the world.
Oh no. Where in the world is Picture
Oh.
San Diego?
I do love that picture. Very cool.
Me too. Yes. Suyu will lead you all the way down the hall, up some stairs to go to the room adjacent to his. Actually, technically, it takes you all the way to the fourth floor where all the osmiums are. And my God, it's like
How nice
stepping
is it
into an
on this floor?
entire. Whew! It goes from wood and carpet to fucking marble and granite and slimestones.
Limestone.
Limestones.
What
I
are,
thought that was only a thing in Minecraft.
I thought that was just a thing in SpongeBob.
No, it's a legitimate thing here.
are we in the same building?
Yes, we are. This is where osmiums live. Here's where my
Oh.
mother's staying, across from my empty osmium room. They will open it, and it looks like an entire fucking like if this. That explains that there's not very many windows up top. There's only about 8 on any given side. Looks like this is taking up an eighth of the fucking building up here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Like an entire home laid out. It's a big.
Beatrice will also say, wow.
I
Where's
It's a
by,
that
very.
sound effect?
I by sensing a trend will say, wow.
Oh yeah, I got your back. There you go. I got your back. Don't worry. All right,
But there was no wardrobe malfunctions.
but it's pretty. Got a harpsichord
Beatrice
somewhere.
would easily arrange that, though.
What does
They
this
are
one do?
He knows
sneaky.
you guys is skimpy.
What does this one do? Okay. Okay, there's that.
Ooh, forgot that one existed. I like that one. Shoot, I like a lot of these. Damn it.
Mhm.
Oh no, suffering from success.
Oh, what? Oh, shut up. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. You've can't believe you've done this to me. Somehow, this is your fault.
Choice paralysis. Muhaha.
What? Shush, just be quiet. Ooh, what's this one sound like?
Oh,
I see.
okay.
Oh, dear cat. I'm gonna like move it.
Okay, there, Alvin in the backup chorus.
Uh-huh. I can't find my harpsichord. You're lucky. You're lucky! Alright.
Want me to compose a harpsichord
No, it's okay.
for you?
Let's see. Very pretty purple and silver carpet. There's even a fucking piano in here, which must be interesting to watch get played. Ooh, man, you just feel annoying. It's like one of those very... This room gives a Vegas suite at the Caesar a run for its money. You can smell baking. You can smell bacon! Sweet.
Bacon.
Beatrice is going to sniff a little bit and just, wow, it smells really good.
I love the
She likes
decorations.
I do too. Not as extravagant as some Osmium's rooms, but that's all that matters. And she's over there. And then he will point and you see them. And this is like a, damn. Because they're like barely half his size. Little over 5 feet tall. You only see 2 arms. That's suspect. What's going on here?
Suspicious.
They're doing baking stuff. You can go interrupt them if you want. Suyu is not. He's gonna go sit down and be patient, like a good person.
Well, Beatrice is polite. She's going to wait patiently also.
Fiona
Yeah,
is
would you
not
like to go to
going to
sleep?
interrupt.
And ask would Fiona like to go to sleep so you can drool in the corner?
I'm right here.
Okay, I just worried. You got work tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, well, stay here if you want. I just don't want you to get in trouble.
I'll be fine.
No one interrupts. That's why they just turn around casually. They don't say anything. They just kind of come over and sit down beside Suyoi and set what looks like a tray of little squares. You think they're lemon squares, but then you look at them. They're peach squares.
What is this alchemy?
Fascinating.
Square a peach.
Probably the same way they square mangoes and watermelons.
Well, the
I
Japanese.
think you
they
mean
don't-
Mater Wellens. Thank you. Anyways,
Watermelons.
Watermelon.
watermelon.
Or,
No,
as I like to call them,
No.
squellins.
no, stop. Stop. No, we're not getting onto this spelling shit. Okay, because I was having a weird thought earlier today. Alright. You have met them, I guess, but they haven't said anything, because you haven't said anything to them. You haven't even tried a peach square. But Suyu has.
Polite.
Just,
Well, since they're done baking and sitting, Fiona would. Hello, ma'am. It's nice to meet you. I'm Fiona.
they'll move their hand to shake yours, but it doesn't look like they moved at all. But you're very much looking at a hand, and they'll offer to shake it.
Fiona will shake her hand.
The hand feels different. Like you know it's a hand, but it feels like that's definitely metal. Her arms are definitely maybe partially metal, partially cloth. You're not sure.
And while they're
It's a
shaking
shake.
hands, Naibai will introduce out a hand.
They'll shake that hand at the same time too.
Beatrice is going to give a little bit of a nod and say, "I'm Beatrice," and she will also offer a hand because she sees that everybody else is getting their hand shaken.
They'll shake that hand too. Are you amused with yourselves?
Yeah.
I figured.
They're very easy to amuse, mother. Don't worry about them, though. They mean good. Well, excuse me. Sorry, they mean well.
Well, I
No
don't know
big
about the others,
extras.
but I certainly good.
Certainly raised your son to be a very nice and polite man. Very friendly.
Very well behaved. Viciously protective of friends.
See, I told you I'm not a bad person. I haven't been acting up. I'm sorry.
They don't even have their eyes uncovered, but just staring at him from behind the blindfold.
You don't have to see the eyes to know when you're getting the look.
Let's see, what would they sound like? Brain. What would they sound like?
Do we stay the same tonally, or do we contrast?
It's trying to determine that. I think it wants to be lazy, but it wants to like be creative at the same time. I don't know how.
It's like do something fancy, but eh.
Something fancy but easy,
Like do something fancy, but effort.
like gremlin voice.
No. But then again,
Hold up.
The most beautiful woman you ever seen in your life. As soon as you see them, you say you want to marry that person, and then you go to talk to them. Hi. How are you?
Sounds like she smokes 8 packs a day.
This is what happens when you've been smoking for 25 years. Anyways, thank you for taking care of him, even though he can be quite stubborn sometimes. I do appreciate that. It's a little bit, of a six-coat son I have.
Oh, does she have like a veil on?
She does kind of have her little blindfold on all the time, but not a veil. She's just not a very loud person.
Oh, okay, that's what you were doing.
Fine, I guess I will raise the tone of their voice a little more like this.
I'm sorry, it just sounded like you were behind some cloth. I didn't know if that was part of the character or not.
Well, I appreciate you for asking, but no, they don't have a veil on. Glad that you're looking for all the details, so that's very important to me.
I have been on point on asking questions the whole session.
For quite a while. Yes. I did recently hear about the problems that your children are currently having. I am sorry that you had to be abused by another individual.
Well, sometimes that's how life does turn out. hopefully we'll be able to stop their plans. We assume that there's something quite sinister going on.
We were warned when we
Was the
signed
most
up to be adventurers that it's dangerous.
fact that a lot of people seem to forget is that there is inherent risk in life, and the more worthwhile your job or profession or hobby, the greater the inherent risk becomes. Most adventurers, however, still forget this fact and they often die young, unable to be revived, and some of the few exceptions to the rule of the revival chamber.
I always try to remind myself of the story. Adventurers getting full of themselves, going in low-level adventures, getting overwhelmed by packs of rats or goblins.
Well, there is a saying: stupid don't live long, but cowards don't get far.
She nods. Beatrice nods a few times.
And
As my
lies have
mother
naught
and
but tiny legs. Okay, sorry. There's a little bit of delay.
sorry, but yeah, she's going to nod a little bit. Yes, my mother emphasizes caution.
Hmm. Yeah. And Suyo said he would be bringing some over to visit me. I did prepare these peach squares. I made a few dozen of them because I do not know if you have an appetite by severe receivers. Hmm.
Well, and Beatrice is going to take one. Be glad.
I will thank them, take a peach square, and let's see. Does Naibai actually likes peaches? Find out. They do. With a 95, they really like them.
She's just like, oh.
She likes them almost as much as he likes sausage. Because I rolled sausage, it's like, oh, a 100. Okay.
Have you had the like the sausage that has like apple cooked into it?
I've had sausage with pepper jack cheese and applewood bacon cooked into it.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It was I used to know somebody who prepared all their own meats, so that's how I got it. It's not something you can really get at a store.
Really not.
Mm.
If it was, there'd be a lot more fat asses with high cholesterol running around. So yeah, Naibai is very respectful for this woman and has a few peach squares.
Oh,
Fion will take one as well and thank them. He's going to be careful about how he eats it, since I'm pretty sure the gums are still a little sensitive.
yeah. A little bit. Mind you, these things are kind of like the only thing that's holding them together seems to be the outside layer of sugar.
Yes, crumbly cake.
As peaches are.
Then, is there anything that you wish to ask me, or were you just coming to stare and have questions that they all do about the origins of me as his mother?
I thought it would have been nice just. I thought it would have just been nice to meet you, ma'am.
Well, that means a lot. It's very polite of you.
Ah, that's mean. I,
More.
I have an evil thought of just being like, so do you have any embarrassing stories? That's I'm not going to, but that just creeped into my mind real slow like hey, you should embarrass the strongest person in the entire guild. No.
Physically strongest.
Actually, let me think
Oh
about
god
that.
damn it! Fine.
Let me. Okay, Mons is here, so it's off the table. Yeah, no, I think he might be the physically strongest.
Well, yeah, Mons is here, but he's not part of the guild, is he?
No, as much as Oliver wants him to be.
Oh god, Oliver's probably down there harassing him right now. You're here. Are you here to join the guild?
They're talking, doing adult stuff. Okay.
I imagine that Mons and Suri might just come in and give each other the biggest hug.
The loudest bro fist.
A friendship born in muscle.
They just pose
Um,
at each other from across the room.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like the biggest, happiest guys around. I can imagine they'd be just great friends.
Blinded by the light. Okay. Well, is there anything that you need to ask, though, aside from that? If you have any questions that I might be able to answer, don't hesitate to ask. I'd do anything to assist when my son's friends are in trouble.
Well, I
I
was
was a little curious to see if you were an adventurer also, or just visiting.
Once upon a blue moon, I was an adventurer. Very long time ago.
She's going to nod thoughtfully.
I am always looking to learn some new that might be better at protecting my friends. Maybe you can talk about some of the things that you've.
I've learned a lot of things. The best way to protect your friends is ideally advise them from putting themselves into dangerous situations. If that cannot be avoided, you have to prevent them from being hurt by preventing others from hurting them.
Wow, such sage advice. Don't get hit.
Let's see.
uh,
If someone is intent on causing you harm, then the absolute best thing that you can do is remove their ability to do it. If an enemy is intent on using their arms to strike you, then remove their arms. If they wish to bite you, then remove their teeth. If they want to kick, then take away their feet. Disassemble those that will see you harmed. Because only then, after they have learned their lesson and are responsible enough, may they be permitted to be whole again.
Anybody's gonna start counting on their fingers after they mention the teeth. That's a lot of teeth.
It's actually quite easy if you hit them hard enough.
Okay,
Sorry, mother.
you have to be as unrelenting as walking headfirst into a tempest in the blind darkness. You have to make there be consequences to all actions.
Beatrice is nodding a little
Naibai is also nodding now.
bit. Just nodding bunnies.
The
Flappa flappa.
methodology is simple. Reprisals must be made for those that would cross you, and those that would think that they can get away with causing such atrocious harm and grievous wounds to you. You must find them, and they must be set an example of. That way none will ever cause problems again. But to do this you must grow strong. Very strong.
And Beatrice nods. I intend to do that. It's going to take a lot of work. Definitely become strong to protect my friends and loved ones.
That is what I taught Suyoi. Remember, Suyoi.
Yes, I do. Peace within. Hurricane
Without. The eye of the storm is often the calmest, but her arms and her walls will shred and rend your flesh like they're made of paper if you get close. If they raise a fist to you, shower them with blows, children.
Naibai will remember this and is already thinking of like just spinning around with the Ryo-Yo fully extended. Just, and if anything gets close, it's gonna get hit. I'm gonna start spinning my arms, and if you get hit, it's your own fault. Well, you know, you could do some sick combos with that if someone grabs someone, throws them in there.
It's the internet.
Yep.
There-
Freaking.
Yeah, there goes the internet.
Ah, it's back. Hello, Dark.
Yeah.
Yay!
I was just saying you could do some like sick tag team combos with that.
I just had the idea of Beatrice rushing in and then Bunny kicking them into Naibai's arms.
Naibai just starts spinning, Bonnie kicks them back into the whirlwind, they get tangled up and slammed into the ground, and Bonnie just comes back and stamp. Oh, what kind of books do you like?
That I like? I suppose anything that has the appropriate amount of braille.
Naibai's expression is just gonna kind of relax a little bit, just,
So it's just anything she can read, apparently.
I really do enjoy books talking about faraway places. Not just here, though. It's hard to explain.
So,
You might like Ivy. I've been to several worlds now.
books with lots of descriptions on how things sound and taste and actual things.
I suppose I just thoroughly enjoy those that are descriptive. I like to be able to visualize what I'm reading about, not just see it mentioned.
Naibai will nod again and then realize, oh, they can't see that. And then they will say, see. It's like, she didn't catch it when Bonnie was nodding, and then she just joined in and was like, wait a second. They probably can't see us nodding.
Beatrice kind of had the feeling that
I keep saying Bonnie.
she could tell, even without seeing. Might be the sound of bunny ears slapping against her face,
That might be a good tell, Floppa.
Flap, flap, flap.
Leon does not have the flapper. He has the twitchy twitch.
You guys get ears?
What?
You have ears.
Well, although I don't mean to be rude, I will have to do some personal business soon. So if you children do not mind, I need you to leave. That way I can talk to my son in private.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, of course.
And
Hello.
so Beatrice will stand and straighten her outfit and going to head out with the other.
Naibai will stand and head out and then straighten their outfit once.
Theon will
They'll
follow
send
behind them.
Suyu. They're gonna send Suyu out about a minute after you get there, and he'll run down the hall to give you a little, basically to-go box or wooden to-go box, and then leave again. You almost forgot your peach squares.
Ah,
Oh,
Thank you.
I think Naibai will be happy about this.
all right. How many do we get?
9.
I could just kind of imagine this bunny salivating over the pieces. It's the good stuff.
You little children's leaving. Not really sure which way to go, though, are you? Well, you could.
Jones' nose sounds a little bit like meow.
The elevator ends or the stairs?
Fix your mic.
Why are you gonna
No,
put your
fix
head
it
out of the
again.
tube?
Did you also get a voice mod?
What is this, Tubo Deluxe? Discord is fucking stupid.
Well, it is 10 o'clock. It would be decent time to close it off and let us think about what we want to do.
Very
Yeah,
true.
once the characters find the exit,
How's that?
That's better.
Hey, you could try and knock on a door and be guided out.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what Theon will do. He's gonna lightly knock on a door he's by.
You knocked
Try
on
for
it.
subs.
Thunk, thunk. Man, that door felt warm.
Even for Fiona?
Felt kind of toasty. And the door will open slowly, and you can just smell sulfur.
Oh boy, we found Vesuvius's room.
There he's
Yeah.
just staring down at you. No respirator on.
Beatrice is going to wave at him. And she's going to say, "Could you point us to the exit? We're a little bit turned around."
He'll just shut the door almost like he's ignoring you. But about 30 seconds later, he'll open it wearing his respirator, wrapped up in fresh winter clothes that you can see actively burning to ash. Following behind his hot footsteps, which feel toasty under your toesies. And yes, they are fairly. See, Fiona's immune to fire. There are certain levels of heat, like what he produces, that you can just start to feel, regardless of immunity.
Yeah, I figured as much. He's fireproof. He's not lava proof.
He'll guide you to the elevator and then just wave at, like, he will guide you there, staying about 4 or 5 feet ahead of the group as he just kind of waves and gestures to it as he starts walking down the steps rather than take it with you.
And Beatrice is
Thank you.
going to wave at him, and then she'll call down a thank you.
I appreciate
Mhm.
not getting into it with a lava monster.
You'll fucking take your elevator down all the way Just in time, they just garroted by corporation.
Everybody's gonna hit all the buttons on the elevator as they leave.
Ah, yes. Yeah, that doesn't work here. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. First, you can only click everything below 4 because you don't have the you can't even click 3 and then 4. Shit, because 4 and 5 you can't press in because you're not high enough rank. The guild knows it. It has you tagged with your little bracelet, and it knows that you can do that. Stop.
I was going to say the button literally wasn't low enough level to be damaged or pushed.
Like the button is too strong, you must be higher level to push it.
You have to physically break the button, and then
Well-
as the elevator moves, it mends.
Fionn is gonna get off on the floor with the shops because he's gonna go to the general store real quick.
Okay, what does Fionn want to buy?
He's gonna get a candle and some matches.
Ah, yes, they have that, and that'll take. Oh, today it's cheaper, only 3 silver.
Okay.
Okay. Market rates are changing. Look at that.
Wow.
Just
Almost like it's a
normal-
living economy.
Must have got a big delivery.
Yeah, just a normal white candle and a little box of matches.
You're not getting a normal white candle. You're getting a normal, slightly gray white candle.
That's fine.
Okay. Damn.
It's close enough.
Does it smell like bleach?
Smells like some
Smell like candle.
ash.
Smells like wax.
Some
And then
ash.
he will rejoin his friends.
Only some people listening will understand what that was a reference to.
I don't get what the reference was to.
It's okay, you're not a high enough level slut yet.
Eh.
It's just like that's what he sounds like when he's nearby.
What?
Just love how Vesuvius sounds aesthetically. Just
The respirator noises.
Alright. Yes, hello, Echo.
time to shut down.
Yep, time to shut
Everyone
down.
down here. Good old Vesuvius.